Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
The Brian Bailey Show.
The head coach of the Pirates, Mike Houston, for Pirate football. So in the one national semifinal, you got North Carolina and Gonzaga.
Well, unfortunately, that may be where Carolina's run ends. I'm saying Gonzaga's going to win that one.
All right, and then Villanova and Kansas.
I think Villanova.
So you've got Gonzaga and Villanova. I hate to tell you, Coach, but those are my 2 picks, too. So that doesn't bode well for your picks. Who do you have winning the national championship, the Zags or Villanova?
Zags finally get it done.
Tune in Mondays at noon for The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on Fifth Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on Fifth Street in Greenville.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit GreenvilleAutoWorld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com. If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence?
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. 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 Family.
Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome into a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1. In Washington, we're on 1250 at 9:30, online, pr927fm.com. You can watch the show on Facebook Live. Make sure you are liking our Pirate Radio Facebook page. Got a lot of goodies going up this time of year. ECU baseball, also Pirate football, as we are updating you along the way on spring football. Got some video and some audio to share from Mike Houston from yesterday's ECU spring practice. We'll get to that momentarily. Also in hour 2 and hour 3 when Bryce Williams joins us. So we will sprinkle in a lot of football talk on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Also, you can watch us on YouTube, and we'll have all the videos up in full following tonight's ECU baseball game. Content junkie Schaefer and crew out there getting us ECU post-game video and audio tonight. So we'll have that coming your way on YouTube and all of our social media sites. Make sure you are following us, and we appreciate you tuning in on the radio side of things. If you are watching the show, you can chime in on social media. As Robert says, good afternoon, PRL. Well, good afternoon to you, Robert. Patricia says she is the #1 Scooter fan. All right, well, you'll be happy in one moment because we're about to talk to him on the Pirate Radio Live line ahead of East Carolina taking on Elon. Steve says, hello, fella and woman. Surely that would be you and me. He is not saying hello to Chandler today. Interesting. And Susan.
Oh, yeah, fella wasn't plural.
Nope,
Sorry.
just fella and woman.
I just love that look on his face.
So Shirley and I say hello back.
Hi.
Hello. And Susan Dean says, hashtag fire Matt Rule. Keep it consistent. Chandler, you want to look at my hand? Do you and Matt Rule want to look at my hand?
What a bunch of weirdos.
Did they go look
What a bunch of weirdos.
Did they look at Malik Willis's hand yesterday?
I don't know. I don't think. I think that was all a joke.
Why?
What a joke.
The guy made one pass, and all of a sudden he's like
Look,
the second coming.
That is, I get it, but come on. Have you seen any of his highlights from Liberty last year? Like, did you watch any games?
Yeah, I watched some. I remember a couple of years ago when he.
Thank you, Shirley. Look, all I'm saying is, what has happened between his last game at Liberty and now when you want him more than when you're all in for Malik Willis?
I just want somebody young, man. Want somebody young.
Well, guess what? Every quarterback in this draft is young.
I'm not a Kenny Pickett guy.
Are you on the picket line when it comes to Kenny?
Yeah.
Kenny. You're not going to welcome Matt into the corral?
Matt
Corral.
Yeah, I know. No.
No Matt Drill?
I don't know, man. I kind of was going to be on this Baker Mayfield train. A lot of people might kind of raise their eyebrows at that, but I wouldn't have minded Baker Mayfield. I wouldn't have minded him being the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers over Sam Darnold.
That's a donezo.
I've seen multiple reports. Sheena Quick, I think, was one of them, a reliable source out of Charlotte, saying that both parties were uninterested. Apparently, Ben McAdoo had some choice words for Baker Mayfield when he was at for New York Giants, the offensive coordinator, when Baker Mayfield was coming out of Oklahoma.
So there's like a history there?
There's
a checkered
history.
past?
Yeah, Ben McAdoo just said that he never saw him as a pro-style quarterback, and he just never was able to get past that. And so the Giants passed on Baker Mayfield was the #1 overall pick, but I guess as they were scouting him in his pro day and in the combine, Ben McAdoo, apparently not a Baker Mayfield fan.
Tony Dunn, who will be here on Friday, the #1 Cam defender, could be the new #1 Malik Willis defender. He says you could say the same exact things about Josh Allen, Trey Lance, and Carson Wentz. I don't know if you are saying what I'm saying. I'm saying he had a pro day and everybody's freaking the F out.
Which happens every year.
Well, I mean, you could
with
say
a lot of people.
the same thing about every quarterback that's had a good pro day. I don't know if that's what Tony's saying or if he's thinking that I'm saying Liberty's a small school, so we should take Willis out of the equation. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about this freak out on the pro day stuff.
Well, with the names that he listed there, I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
He's talking about pro day?
Well, I mean, you have Josh Allen, who went to Wyoming, Carson Wentz, who went to North Dakota State, and then who was the other one?
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, who was...
Also
Clemson.
No.
Oh, Trey Lance. I'm sorry. I was thinking Trevor Lawrence. Sorry.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trey
Lance also went to North Dakota State, didn't he?
Yes, that is correct.
And barely played, like 1 year or whatever.
Yeah.
Steve says you better be a Pickett guy because he's going to be a Panther guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Would you be upset? No, you shouldn't be upset if you get Kenny Pickett.
No, because his pro day looked good too.
Great pro day. Robert says he heard today that Mayfield hates Carolina and vice versa. Who told you that, Robert? Was that in passing at the corner store? Who told you that? I want to know.
Hey, take it easy on Robert, please.
I just want to know who told him that.
This man gifted you with a St. Bonaventure shirt.
And you know what, Robert? I'm no longer a St. Bonaventure guy. They beat Jayden Gardner, Virginia last night. I did wear that shirt that you got me for the first time when I went to Jersey this past weekend, and I wore it, and it was very comfortable, and I threw one of my shirts away.
You did?
But the one you got me, I still have, and I will still wear it with pride. Thank you.
Could you imagine having the picture of your ex on a shirt and you wearing it?
Well, that ain't it.
That would be awkward. That's why I will never wear it at an ECU event, just like I would never wear the shirts I have with my ex-girlfriend's faces in front of my wife. Like, I still have those shirts of my ex-girlfriend's faces on them,
yeah,
but I don't wear them in front of my wife.
Well, I would totally hope so.
That would be awkward. Tony says, I'm bringing the fire this week. He said, we didn't know a ton about those guys before the combine, the pro day is what I'm saying, so we freaked out. I'm just reading it as he typed it.
I think you should read every comment that comes on the Facebook Live as it's typed.
So we freaked out after Trey Lance's per day, and so did the San Francisco 49ers. All right. We. Do we not agree?
Do we not agree?
Okay.
I'm a dork.
All right, wee man. We'll see you Friday.
A burglary.
Tony's all in. In Tony's defense, he's been on the Willis train for a while now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Well, kind of like I'm not super. I don't have a cape on. I'm not the Corral defender, but I picked Matt Corral last year during college football season when I watched him play and said that's the guy I want on my team, and I picked him and I've stuck with it. Tony has been on Willis. Not that long, but longer than just yesterday's pro day.
Yeah.
Is my point.
I know he did light it up in Raleigh one game. I think that was last year when Liberty went to Raleigh and played state.
Willis had a really good year the year before last year, and so did his team. It was not as good last year. Wasn't that similar to Josh Allen? It was a pro that came up recently that had a really good year the previous year and a questionable year the last year. And it's Anthony. His name is Anthony. We call him Tony. Does it bother you that Matt Corral beat up Wayne Gretzky's son? What the hell are you talking about?
Tony,
save it for Friday.
Tony.
Let's throw it down to Tony.
Get down to Tony.
Wee.
Tony. Tony's
got his wee out on the sidelines.
Tony's got his wee.
Let's keep it pumping.
Tony's going to jail for indecent exposure, Tony.
Tony.
Corral kicked out of high school for it. No, I don't give a bleep. No, I don't care. Why would I care about my quarterback and what he did in high school? Do you care about Cam Newton stealing laptops? Obviously you don't.
You didn't have to
go
there.
So why would I care about that,
you
Tony?
You didn't have to go there.
Yes, I did. Apparently, Matt Corral got kicked out of high school.
Violence!
Did he steal laptops? Do you care? Do I care? Does anybody care?
That's a good point. You walked right into that one, Tony Dunn.
I'm a good pointer.
You pointed it out.
I'm a pointer.
That's what you're known for.
Now Tony and I are just having our own conversation. Tony, I'm done with you today. We'll talk to you Friday.
Homie, that it is.
Wee, homie.
Wee, homie.
Hey, look, I'm just glad Tony is excited about something. And that's what's great about the NFL. You screw up again the next year and the next year. But there's always a draft. There's always free agency. There's always a chance. And there are still moves to be made. Baker Mayfield will not be a Cleveland Brown. So if he's not going to Carolina, where's he going, Chan Man? Who's left?
Let's see.
So Seattle got who?
Drew Lock in that trade.
So Baker Mayfield to Seattle. I don't know. Drew Lock's probably not looked at as a starter.
Atlanta got Mariota, but do they still go, at a quarterback?
I think Atlanta wants to lose right now. That's the feeling I'm getting. They're pulling a Miami Dolphins where Arthur Blank is paying the coach to lose.
Texans are planning on sticking with
Davis Mills.
What
were you about to call him?
Davis Seals.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
Davis Seals Jones. So Baker Mayfield will be somewhere. We'll see what the 49ers decide to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. Elton Smith says, I care. We should all care.
I care.
What are we caring about?
Red Flair.
I don't know what Matt Corral did. Should I look it up? Matt Corral?
Apparently he beat up Wayne Gretzky. Who? His daughter, his son. I left the comment section. What did Tony Dunn say? Let's see.
Matt Corral.
Does it bother you that Matt Corral beat up Wayne Gretzky's son? ?
I think that's actually cool. Yeah.
That's so cool, man. You're a cool dude.
Matt Corral beat up Tristan Gretzky. Is that what I saw? Corral certainly had the funny down part. The high school altercation with Tristan Gretzky, son of hockey icon Wayne Gretzky, came at Oaks Christian, a rich school per Corral, where students flash money and were never going to have to work a day in their lives. I love Matt Corral. He don't want to hang out with these yuppies. He wants to kick their ass.
Tony, you have thrown gas on the fire.
That's the kind of quarterback I want with my team. That kid, his dad went through hoops to F up my life.
What?
He's saying Wayne Gretzky tried to screw his life, Matt Corral's life.
Uh-oh. So look who the bad guys are now.
Wait,
it's the Gretzkys.
Are you telling me, Tony, you're on the side of the rich yuppies in this case?
Oh, Tony.
I thought you were a common man.
Tony, geez. Tony, geez.
All right, I can't wait for Friday, Tony. I can't wait to hear how you stick up for the rich people instead of the common men like myself and Matt Corral.
Family.
All right, I had no clue the show would start this way.
Man, you're angry.
Let's get to some Pirate baseball. Let's go out to the Pirate Radio live line and talk to Scott Rogers, Scooter, play-by-play voice of East Carolina, coming off a win last night on the road against UNCW. Scooter, appreciate your time. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Cliff. How about you?
Doing great. Busy time for the ECU baseball team. Busy time for you, calling a lot of games this week. It started last night with a 3-1 victory over UNCW. Runs were at a premium. The Pirates were able to get 3 across the plate. UNCW just 1 run scored last night. Some great pitching by East Carolina. Started out, Scooter, by Ryder Giles, who got the start last night and was able to go 3 1/3 for East Carolina, allowing just 2 hits, had 2 strikeouts, and like he does, Scott, I was keeping those UNCW bats off balance the whole night that he was in.
Yeah, Ryder has done a great job all year of doing that, and for him to get the start last night, Coach Godwin said in his pregame interview that, that was not even close to the plan last night for him to go as long as he did. He said maybe 2 innings, maybe 3, but for him to have gone as long as he did really helped the Pirates out last night pitching-wise. 6 games in 8 days coming up, starting last night with UNCW, and that was good not only for Ryder to go that long because it allowed the Pirate bullpen to only use 2 arms last night as well.
Yeah, and Ryder Giles, not a guy you would think that would be starting for East Carolina. And then a couple of guys came in that we thought may be starting for East Carolina this year. And then we've seen Garrett Saylor start a few games for the Pirates. He has been phenomenal out of the bullpen. He pitched the final 3 innings last night for ECU. And Carter Spivey goes 2+ for East Carolina last night. And both of those guys look phenomenal. And Garrett Saylor kind of picking up where he's left off since going to the bullpen, Scooter. He's been really good, and another good outing for Spivey as well.
Both of them have been really, really good this year for the Pirates. And like you said, Saylor, since making that move to the bullpen this season, has really excelled, and last night was another example. Coming into his outing last night, I believe he was averaging like 3.6 strikeouts an outing. coming into that, and it just shows how powerful he is on the mound right now. And Carter Spivey as well. A few great outings this year from Spivey, and it's just, it's like I told Coach O last night, we're running out of things to say almost about this Pirate bullpen because it's been so good this season.
Sky Rogers joining us, affectionately known as Scooter. Scooter just 5 hits last night for the Pirates, but they're able to get 3 runs across the plate. So how was East Carolina able to manufacture a few runs, enough runs to win last night?
It always started with that Jacob Jenkins-Cowart sac fly to score Jake Hoochmayer. That was a big part of that game, being able to manufacture that run. But, and that's one thing that this Pirate team has done all year is, manufacturing runs, figuring out ways to get runs across the plate. Not necessarily playing small ball this season, but like I said, manufacturing those runs, the sac flies, the sac bunts, the moving runners over, those sorts of things. And that's one thing that has really helped this Pirate offense this season get on the board. But, it was good to see Cooch Manor get out on the bases last night. That was fun to see him out there. Like I said, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart knocking that sac fly last night. Those little things is what helps this Pirate offense so much.
And we've seen that over the years, Scooter, and it's always fun. Last year, in fact, we talked about it with one of the players on Monday when they were in here. Matt Bridges getting that RBI single last year on the road at Georgia Southern. We've seen Cooch and some other pitchers go on the base pass and get around and score. Always fun. And look, Cliff Godwin recruits athletes to East Carolina, right? He recruits, he calls it two-way U. Guys are going to have to do multiple things, and it's always fun when we get to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also shows, hey, we've got those options on the bench as well. Obviously, all those being pitchers. But to be able to have that on the back of your hand saying, hey, if we're in a dire situation, we got these guys that we can put out there and they can perform well for us, which is, like you said, Cliff Godwin recruiting athletes and having a deep bench as well.
Yeah, and speaking of Cooch Manor, we got to talk about his pitching performance. He had a couple of tough luck losses to start the season, but is finally getting those wins he deserves now, and picked up another one on Friday, the game that went into Saturday against College of Charleston. And, the Cooch from last year, a Scooter that struggled, seems to be long gone at this point as he has returned to form for ECU.
He has, and he's been, really good on the mound this year for East Carolina. Like you said, a couple of tough losses early in the season, but Cooch Manor is going to get better as the year goes along. Going back to the offensive woes, Coach Godwin's going to get them figured out. There's no doubt about that. This team's going to be hitting the ball consistently before too long, and Cooch Manor is going to be racking up those wins on the mound just like he should be.
Sky Rogers joining us. Scooter, what is the plan for the pitching today? Did Cliff Godwin say anything after the game, or do you know what he's thinking for today's game?
He has not alluded to a starter yet, so not sure. I assume it's probably going to be another bullpen day for the Pirates. But, like we said, 6 days and 8 days, so it's going to be tough to manage that pitching. And then going back to last night, like I said earlier, being able to only use 2 arms out of that pen last night is going to be huge, not only for today's game against Elon, but for this weekend against VCU as well.
Home sweet home. East Carolina home today against Elon, and then back home this weekend for a 3-game series against VCU. A lot of the players on Monday, Scooter said that UNCW might be the rowdiest road environment that ECU will face. How was that road environment last night?
It was very fun, very good environment. That was my first trip to Wilmington as a broadcaster, but I've made plenty of trips down there as a fan in the past, and it is a great environment to play at. There was really not an empty seat at Brooks Field last night. There was a great crowd on hand, great weather as well. So it was a good atmosphere overall, and then obviously what happened on the field just added to that great environment as well.
Sky Rogers will be on the call as East Carolina takes on Elon coming up tonight, and then this weekend home Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the VCU. Scooter, how's your bracket looking after 1 week of play?
I saw Glenn's Twitter post earlier in the week, and it's not sitting too good over at the Pirate Radio Studios, it looks like right now. But my national champion is still in with Texas Tech.
Okay, Red Raiders taking on Duke coming up this weekend, and we'll see what happens there. So Scooter still has a shot. Scott, appreciate you joining us, man. This is the last 5-game week of East Carolina that they'll play this regular season. It'll be back to 4 the remainder of the way. So hopefully we can get you back in studio soon, and have a great call tonight, and we'll talk to you again soon, man.
Sounds good, Clip. Thanks for having me on.
Scott Rogers there recorded that earlier so Scott could get to Clark LeClaire and be ready to go for the call. And we have learned since then that Danny Beal, your guy, Chandler, will be on the mound to start the game. And, it's one of those midweek. See if we can get a couple innings. But if he's rolling, why not go 3? Why not go 4, right?
Dylan Danny Beal, baby. We've seen him come out of the bullpen plenty of times this season for the Pirates, and unfortunately, the last time we saw Danny Beal was when he gave up the bases loaded walk against Old Dominion to lift Old Dominion in extras. And so hopefully Danny Beal gets it done today to start the game off on the bump. We saw it yesterday with Ryder Giles. Ryder Giles is more known as a guy to come in for relief. So is Danny Beal. So now he gets to start trying to make it 2 in a row for the Pirates against Elon.
Elon, the Phoenix, coming up in just a moment. Also, we got our winking eyes out because Shane Winkler and the softball team are in action as we speak. Just scored a run in the first inning to tie things up with UNCW 1 apiece there. Let's look at the lineup real quick. East Carolina will send out today at Clark LeClaire to take on the Elon Phoenix. Leading off in center field, Bryson Worrell, Lane Hoover in his 2 spot in left. Jacob Jenkins Cowart, I believe, DH yesterday, but he is in right field today for East Carolina. So there is your outfield. Hitting cleanup at third, Alec Makaravich. Zach Agnos will be the shortstop today with Ryder Giles out. Ryder Giles out of the lineup.
Well, at least you didn't say Giles.
Right. Hitting 6th for East Carolina, the DH Cam Clonch. Hitting 7th at first base, Josh Moylan. Ryan McChrystal going to catch today. Mm-hmm. Man, well, great thing about having a lot of catchers is when you play all these games in a short time span, you can give guys a rest. It was Ben Newton yesterday, Ryan McChrystal hitting 8th today. And at second,
getting his 2nd start in a row.
I want to say Jacob Starling had a hit last night, and he'll try to have more today as he is hitting 9th, playing 2nd for ECU. Danny Beal on the bump to start things out for East Carolina. All right, we're going to get to I didn't even set up our guest today. Aaron Fitt going to join us in just a few minutes right after this timeout as from D1 Baseball. We'll talk big picture college baseball, also get his thoughts on East Carolina, get his thoughts on the future of Carson Wisenhunt when it comes to playing in college and also being a professional baseball player. So Carson Wisenhunt, we'll talk about that with Aaron Fitt. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll have our Bud Light ECU report, focusing today on spring football. We'll hear some Mike Houston comments. In fact, before we go to break, I want to hear his opening comments. We'll do that in a moment. The voice, Jeff Charles, joins us to talk some hoops, baseball, and more coming up at around 4:25. And in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll hear more from Mike Houston and get Bryce Williams' take on ECU spring football. He'll join us in the Pirate Radio studios along with a giveaway coming up in hour 3. Shirley, before we take a break, let's hear a little bit of Mike Houston from yesterday as he spoke after spring football practice.
Had a pretty physical practice, full pads. Had a live goal line short yardage period. Offensive line looked really, really good. They got their tails kicked on Saturday, and so that's the way that usually goes. I mean, it's the same every spring, every school you've ever been at. You rip their rear end when they get killed one day, and then they come back the next day, and they're the ones that dominate. But it was really an impressive performance there in that drill. The big thing is you want to see consistency all throughout practice, and you want to see consistency day to day. And that's one thing that some of our guys that maybe haven't played much in the past. It's one thing they don't understand. Like Malik Fleming, Manny Hickman, Holt Nailers, Keaton Mitchell. You know what you're going to get every single day, every day. And we have a lot of guys like that. They're dependable, but they're the same kid every day. They work hard every day. They're preparing every day. They do things right in their personal life every day. Okay, and then you get some guys that are kind of like this. They have one good day, one bad day. One day they work really hard. The next day they don't work as hard. They have a good day one day academically. The next day they skip class. And you wonder why that kid is the one that sometimes he makes a great play. Now, wow, what a play. And the next time, he drops a wide open pass or he, misses a block or whatever. It's consistency. And I'm a firm believer. If you're consistent in your personal life, you're consistent with the way you work, you're going to be a consistent player on the field. And that's one thing we've got to continue to develop more guys that you know what you're going to get day in and day out.
Consistency, Chandler. Show up every day, bringing it, and you know what? I feel like you're pretty consistent.
Consistency is key.
You notify us when you're going to miss an entire ECU football weekend ahead of time. You don't just not show up. Hell, at one time you were late to an early morning.
Oh,
you know what? Maybe you should listen to that cut one more time.
Yeah.
Consistency.
I need to start doing better.
I
need to start doing better in my personal life.
In your personal life?
No, like more consistency in my personal life, so I could be more consistent at work.
Kind of like he's saying, be consistent in the classroom. You'll be more consistent on the field.
Exactly.
What's going on in your personal life?
Oh, nothing.
You met that girl yet?
We're just talking, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're just talking.
This is the new age dating stuff. You've been. Well, you're not dating. You know what?
Let's not take the personal life into the radio station. How about we do that?
All right.
I think it's just a tad bit too late for that.
Let's stay consistent about not talking about that.
Oh, okay. So that's what we're doing.
You know what? You got a good point. You're right. I'm doing a lot of Tony Peterson today. You know what?
You know what?
You know what?
And you know what?
Oh no!
Is Tony still at Tony?
Is
Tony still at Illinois?
Tony, he gets around, man.
No, I don't think he is. I think he went.
Speaking of former Pirate coaches,
D3 school.
Speaking of former Pirate coaches, G. Way was hired at Tulane. He is now on the way to be the offensive line coach at App State.
Yeah, the O-line coach.
Tony Peterson is the offensive coordinator at the FCS level with Illinois State.
Yeah, that's why. I knew he had left, and I just couldn't remember where he went.
So we're keeping track of Tony Peterson around here at Pirate Radio.
Where is Tony Peterson?
Let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll talk to Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball. It's all Pirates, American. Look around the entire landscape of college baseball. And chat for the first time in 2022 with our friend Aaron Fitt. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after these words. Right after these words.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? Tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th, beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
I'm Jason Horowitz with a March Madness update, sponsored by Geico. Regional round action ramps up tomorrow for the men's tournament and on Friday for the women, and both have some great matchups to get the weekend started. For the men, 3 of last year's Final Four teams are still alive, and 2 of them return to action tomorrow, with Gonzaga meeting Arkansas and Houston taking on Arizona. Hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament right here.
Between business life, social life, and her best bud Loki, Beverly has a lot to focus on, especially while fighting Stargardt, a blinding retinal disease. But she's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Beverly, winning the fight means focusing on what's closest to her. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Charles, and welcome inside the booth. Some college basketball teams that have had great seasons under the radar. We'll name them next.
I'm Clip Brock.
I'm Chandler Honeycutt.
I'm Shirley Rhodes.
Join us every weekday from 3 to 6 for Pirate Radio Live.
We'll keep you up to date on everything going on with ECU Athletics and make you a winner each and every day when we open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag.
You can hear the show streaming online, on radio, and on social. Catch us weekdays on Pirate Radio Live from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You might be amazed how many college basketball teams this year that had 20-win seasons from the smaller conferences. Here's the list. From the Atlantic Sun, Liberty, and Jacksonville State. America East, Vermont. Big Sky, Montana State, and Weber State. Big South, Longwood, and Winthrop. 3 CAA teams with 21 wins or more. UNC Wilmington, Towson, and Hofstra. 1 Ivy League school, Princeton. Rick Pitino's Iona Gales from the Metro Atlantic. Norfolk State from the MEAC. Colgate from the Patriot League. 3 Southern Conference teams, UTC, Furman, and Sanford. And South Dakota State and North Dakota State from the Summit. Yes, the little guys can hoop it up too. Come on back again next time and we'll visit inside the booth.
This is Ryder Giles and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, which is perfect for some outdoor dining. And there's always something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia on Wednesday nights with our very own Clip Brock. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Looking forward to a fun night tonight at AJ McMurphy. Sports trivia will tip off at 8 o'clock. So you'll have time after the East Carolina game to head over to AJ's for some fun sports trivia, great food, great Pirate beverages, and a great time. We'll have hoops on the TV. Hornets Knicks, is that tonight or tomorrow night, Chandler? I think it's tonight. So we'll have some NBA on, some other college tournament basketball on before we get to the real deal coming up once again on Thursday night. All right, let's talk some Pirate baseball and look around the landscape of college baseball with Aaron Fitt from D1 Baseball. He joins us for the first time in 2022 here on Pirate Radio Live. Aaron, always great to talk with you. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Cliff. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. We appreciate your time as always, Aaron. And let's start with this Pirate baseball team and lofty expectations heading into the year for good reason. Cliff Godwin has built a program, and even when you lose guys like Connor Norby and Gavin Williams, Thomas Francisco, Seth Goodell, you expect East Carolina to still be a very good baseball team, and they have been at times, at other times not so great, and they sit one game over 500 at this point in the season with Elon coming up in about 30 minutes, Aaron. So let's get your take on East Carolina. I guess not where you thought they'd be through 21 games. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, certainly. You know, I mean, this was a preseason, top 12 team in the country. We thought they would be clearly the team to beat in the American, and, once again, vying to host a regional. And it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. You know, they're going to have to scrap and claw. At this point, I think being 11-10, 5 weeks into the season, and not having a power conference schedule ahead of them, they kind of have lost their opportunity to host. You know, like either they get hot and they dominate the league, I think it's too late. You just need to be a little bit better in the pre-conference. So, yeah, I would say it's certainly a little disappointing. But, of course, losing Carson Wisenhunt, as we all know, changed the dynamic considerably. And I think I kind of had to figure it out on the fly as far as how those pieces fit together on the mound. And, you know, the other part of it is they just need to get some of their key bats going a little bit more. And I feel like some of those guys are starting to come around, the veteran guys that they were counting on, but there's still a lot of room for improvement there with some of those other pieces.
Aaron Fitt joining us. Aaron, speaking of Carson Wisenhunt, and he put out a statement with us here at Pirate Radio saying what happened, and he'll be back next year. There's also his pro baseball career. So for what he did, and take us back to, I guess, if there's past examples of this, and you can use Carson's case specifically, what does this mean for him as far as being drafted? How much does this hurt? Does it change a lot? His draft prospects? Well, what do you think about that as it goes to Carson Wisenhunt?
No, it doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, he's not going to be back in Greenville next year. He's going to be playing pro ball because, you know, he's the best arm on the board. You know, a lot of scouts feel that way, and especially if he goes out and, I don't know, plays in the Cape League a little bit before the draft or plays in the MLB draft league, there'll be opportunities for him to get out and kind of tune himself up for the draft. And I still think he's a first-round pick. You know, I mean, positive tests happen. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's also not going to cripple his draft stock. I mean, he's too talented, you know, a lefty that can throw mid-90s with some command, and that's the best changeup probably in the whole class, and a really good breaking ball. In a draft that I think is really short on proven power pitching, he stands out a lot. So I still think he's a first-round pick.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball, joining us. Aaron, you said a moment ago, East Carolina, you know, they could still run through conference play, but maybe not the teams left on the schedule for them to raise their national profile. We've seen them run through American play before, but you said you expected them to be the class of the league. Who's that up there with them right now? Who do you expect to be there at the end of the year when it comes to the AAC? Who's played well to this point?
It just feels like it's wide open.
Right.
And it often is in this league. After ECU, I feel like it's, you know, everybody tends to be pretty bunched up once you get past the Pirates most years. And there have been years where everybody is bunched up from top to bottom. But this year, it really feels that way. You know, I mean, you've got a couple of teams at the bottom there, Cincinnati, Wichita State, that are a game under 500 overall, and ECU's a game over 500, and everybody else has a winning record. You know, so it just, I don't think it's clear at this point who is the class of the league. You know, at one point we thought maybe it was Tulane. They had gotten themselves up into the top 25. They won that series against Mississippi State and a road series against Louisiana Tech, and then they go and get, you know, swept by Evansville at home. That one was surprising. And so it feels like one of those years where just when you feel like you've got a handle on it, you maybe think this one team is emerging, and they take a step back. And so right now, I just think it's wide open. Everybody's in it.
Aaron, every year we have you on, usually in February before the season gets going, but sometimes during the season. And I always ask you, is there one or two or three teams that are just better than everybody else, or is there a lot of parity? Before we get to this year, remind me, Aaron, where was last year's champion Mississippi State like at this time of the year last year? Were they looked at as one of the teams that's going to win, a contender, or were they not in that mix of the best 1, 2, 3 teams in the country? Where was Mississippi State last year?
Yeah, I would say they were about a top 10 to 15 club at this point last year. They got swept at home by Arkansas. I think it was their first conference series. I was at part of that series that weekend, and I walked away thinking, man, these guys are a real contender, but they just got outclassed, you know, by Arkansas in their home field. At that point, you kind of had to, you know, downgrade them just a little bit, but I still kind of felt like they were maybe the most balanced team when it was all said and done. And it's a good reminder, you know, that one bad weekend should not be overreacted to, because, you know, you kind of trusted in the composition of that roster with their starting pitching, their bullpen, and lineup pieces. Everything was still there. And it's baseball, you know, it's not, nobody's going to go 16-0, you know, and win it all like they do in college football or something. You don't have that kind of a, it's just not like that. You're going to have ups and downs. Everybody is. Even Arkansas last year, that's why their season stood out so much, is they didn't have that. They won every weekend series, and then they get to the very end, and finally you lose a home super regional. So it's just impossible almost to run the table.
Well, that being said, the usual suspects in your top five right now, Aaron, with Arkansas, Texas, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt. Without those two aces, guess what? They're fine. They're 17-2 and playing good. So I'll ask you again, as I do every year, Aaron, who is the top tier right now? How big is that top tier? How many teams are in that top tier in college baseball this year?
You know, it's interesting. I don't feel like there's a clear favorite or even a huge, gap at the top. Once again, it's kind of like the American Conference. I kind of feel like it's wide open across college baseball. Texas we thought was clearly the best team, and they lose one of their big arms for the year, and they went into a little bit of a funk. I still feel like they're up there. Ole Miss and Arkansas, with their offensive firepower, feel like they're still up there. And both teams have answered some questions that we had about them on the mound, but still, I think, have some things to prove in that area. Vanderbilt, again, a team that had, obviously, as you mentioned, some big questions to answer. On the pitching side, you lose Kamal Rocker and Jack Leiter, but it feels like the pieces have fallen into place. They've won 15 games in a row. Right now, if I had to pick one, for me, that might be the team. I feel like people are overlooking Vandy a little bit because they lost that star power. And Tennessee, feels like the sexy pick that's coming on, and they're 19-1, and they play with so much swagger. Everybody's talking about Tennessee, but for me, I still kind of feel like Vanderbilt's that team lying in the weeds.
Aaron Fitt joining us. Good stuff, Aaron. Social media is such a bubble, and depending on who you follow and interact with, you could almost feel like that everybody's talking about that one topic, whether it be politics or if you follow younger folks, you know about pop culture. Well, I follow sports. I follow a lot of baseball. So I felt like during the MLB lockout, college baseball was really picking up steam, and that's probably just because the people I follow talk about it, post videos, post celebrations, things like that. So it's still probably a niche sport, Aaron, but heck, you've watched it grow, you and the job you've done shouting it from the from the rooftops over the years has been fantastic. How closer is college baseball to getting to a national sport than, say, 10, 15, 20 years ago, or is it still a long ways to go, Aaron?
Yeah, you're right. It has grown a lot just in the last, 15, 20 years. You think back to where we were, not being able to really watch a lot of stuff on TV and streaming. You might have like a one camera set up, a grainy, through the net on the West Coast that you're watching, and it's just now we can watch tons of games every weekend on streaming with professional production values, and it's changed the game, I think, in a huge way. And certainly all the investments we've seen in facilities across the country, especially in the SEC and to some degree the ACC, that's a reflection of how healthy the sport is and that it continues to grow. But also it does feel like, there's plenty of room for growth still. I don't think we're ever going to be college football or college basketball. It's just, I just don't think that's in the cards.
Yeah.
But I don't think the sport needs to be, that much of a mainstream event. I mean, it's big enough, and it's going to get a little bit bigger. But I think he's in a good sweet spot right now.
You're probably already following Aaron and D1 Baseball if you're not at Aaron Fitt and at D1 Baseball, D1Baseball.com. Aaron, we see you at least 2-3 times a year, I would say, maybe more than that, in the press box at Clark LeClaire. I haven't seen you in there yet. I haven't been to every game, though. Have you been by yet, or do you plan to get by at some point this year?
Yes, I believe I was there early this year. Oh, you know what it was? I saw part of the North Carolina series.
Okay.
And Chapel Hill, but I didn't make the trip to Greenville because the series was already decided. But yeah, I'll be there at some point for sure. Especially if East Carolina kind of gets hot, as I expect they will. I'll find a big conference series to make my way over there.
There you go. Good stuff. Aaron, thanks for joining us as always, man. Anything else we need to know about your work and what all you got going on this baseball season?
Yeah, we're just humming along in season. Our staff cranking out coffee. Our podcast network has continued to grow. We just added Stephen Schock, the former UVA closer. He's got a new podcast with the guys who run the Cespedes Family Barbecue Twitter feed, and that's a lot of fun. I encourage people to podcast network.
Yeah, that guy's awesome, and the Cespedes Barbecue guys as well. That's good stuff. Aaron, thanks for joining us today, man, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
All right, you got it, my friend.
All right, there is Aaron Fitt, D1 baseball. A couple of takeaways there. He's unbiased, calls it as he sees it. He says East Carolina not in a position to be a host anymore. Right now, we're just playing to get in to a regional, and that is due to the record. It's also due to what's left ahead. Now, that could change if ECU reels off 25 wins in a row. We'll visit this conversation. But as of right now, the way it looks, East Carolina, losing that series to Bryant, losing to College of Charleston, losing the North Carolina series, although that was 2-1. You win those, you sweep a couple of those, things look different, but that's the case right now. He also says Carson Wisenhunt's pro future will not be hampered much by his suspension, but not good news for Pirate fans. He says he'll be pitching in pro ball next year. He'll be drafted and gone from East Carolina. That is still be to determine. That is just the opinion of one Aaron Fitt. So always enjoy talking baseball with him, and we'll get him on later in the year, and hopefully the Pirates can make some noise. Hey, how about get another win today, make it 2 in a row, get some momentum this weekend against VCU, and roll that into next week, where you have NC State and the beginning of conference play. So a chance to get hot here if you're the Pirates coming off the win last night over UNCW. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back, and we will wrap up hour number 1 with you here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk a lot of football. We'll hear from Mike Houston coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll talk to Bryce Williams in the 5 o'clock hour. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey, Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Here today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness. Dr. Jones, a lot of exciting new things going on.
Yes, so you may have seen our new facility, but we also have a private courtyard. There's an outdoor private area where we have artificial turf where it's fenced in, and we're going to be having our sunset yoga classes there. Those classes allow you to develop increased flexibility, more energy, and get better sleep. So come on and check those classes out today. Come by and see us, Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, Arlington Boulevard, or check us out online at kptonline.com.
Crust is the most important part of stuffed crust. It's half the name. Papa John's crust is made from 6 simple ingredients. 7 if you count all this cheese. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bojangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, do you want to get rid of wrinkles or tighten and lift your skin? How about smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Or are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale now at the Spring Extravaganza going on until through April 8th. Visit beautybarmedispa.com for more information. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Now let's head back into PRL, and as we do, Clip, you and I were watching this during the break. East Carolina softball in action. They are currently riding a 5-game winning streak, although they have dug themselves a hole as UNC Wilmington just hit a grand slam. They now lead the Pirates 6-1 in the top of the 3rd inning. And your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. I got it.
Well,
Presented
by what?
Dabach.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with another man or woman's job, their livelihood. Not my position to say, but is Shane Winkler on the hot seat?
I don't know, with that grand slam. And that was
good one, Clip.
That grand slam off the scoreboard.
Off the score. That'd be a cool place to hit a home run. Just right, just bang it.
You know, I've never hit
bang off the board.
As long as I've played softball, and I've been playing it for a very long time, I have never hit a home run. I've come close, but I've never hit one out of the park. I'd love to just nail one right off the scoreboard.
That would be cool. I knew when we had them on the show yesterday that would end their winning streak, and you know what? I did it anyway. Just
way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Good job.
I mean, we had to have guests on.
It was a great interview, by the way.
I feel like I believe in jinxes. When coaches make a run, like in high school in their tournament, or when ECU's got a long streak going in something, like I'd rather not interview them as a fan, but as a host of a show, we have to talk about what's going on, right?
Yeah, I mean it's your job.
And you know, most athletes that I know are highly superstitious. Some coaches don't want to do interviews before a big game or whatever, for that very reason. I mean, I'm superstitious when I play. I never, ever, ever walk in front of an umpire.
What do you think about them doing in-game, like during timeout, interviews with the coaches? Like I get,
I don't know, but I'll tell you who does hate it. My grandmother, because they interviewed somebody at halftime the other day. She said, I don't know why. She said, I wouldn't talk to them. I wouldn't talk to them.
Them people?
Yeah.
She knows you're one of them people, right? You're sports media.
I said, Grandma, like that's my profession.
I mean,
right
what
there.
do you expect them to say? Hey, yeah, we played a great ball game, or no, you know what? We just stunk up the place.
The going into halftime interview is the most pointless thing we do as a society.
I believe
because it's the same questions and it's the same answers.
There's nothing. There's no like meat. It's just an empty sandwich. It's 2 pieces of bread
and some lettuce.
But the lettuce is kind of brown.
And some water.
Basically eating air.
Yeah, just an air sandwich, oxygen burger.
What was I going to complain about?
It had something to do with
coaches tournament.
Superstitions?
Superstitions. I've got a complaint.
Are we talking about softball?
No, we're back to college basketball. There was something that has been annoying me during these. Oh, the length of the timeouts.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Yes.
Oh, so are they longer than normal?
It feels like it. Yeah, it does feel like that.
No, and then not just that. Halftime. Halftime's taking forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to time one.
Halftime.
I'm going to get my stopwatch out, and I'm going to see if it's longer than a regular halftime.
Because honestly, I have flipped over and forgotten about a game that had gone into halftime, was trying to find another game to kind of occupy. Because I don't like to hear people talk during halftime. I just don't. Not for TV. I just did too much
there's
talking.
Another game going on. It's easy. Just
flip the channel. Yes, but then I'll forget because halftime is so stinking long in the other game that I'll be watching the second half of a different game and forget to go back to the original game that I was watching.
I swear, usually when it goes to commercial, I just look at my phone for a little bit and go through Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And the other night, I felt like I was on there forever, and I looked up, and the commercials were still going on. I was like, dude, what is going on?
I feel like they're longer than regular season.
There's some good commercials, though. I like the one with Coach K.
I hear you, Troy.
That's where I was going with that.
How about it's Charles Barkley, Spike Lee, Samuel L., Jim Nance season? Those commercials are on every freaking break.
Oh, I love the Chuck U.
They're pretty good. But when you see them a million times, you wish you could see them once or twice, not 100 times. You know.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, but they're pretty good. I like the ones where they're kids and little Nance comes in, hello friends.
Oh yeah,
and all that.
I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to go back and look and see if I've seen that one or not.
All right, it's pretty good. All right, so I love complaining about meaningless things because
that was a good segment.
Like sports. That's why I like sports so much, because I care about it, I'm passionate about it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
it's just something to occupy your time.
Not to get too deep, but I think about this. I root so hard for these guys and these teams, and they don't know I exist, and they don't care at all about me, and I care so much about them. Yes. Have you ever thought about that, Chandler?
About how much I love somebody?
How much,
and they don't know who I am?
About how much you love the Panthers.
Right.
They're only there because they got drafted there, or that team is paying them a lot of money. They don't care about the Carolina or the Panthers or Charlotte. They're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
And you love them as part of your family. And they don't give two runny bleeps about you.
It's too little, but
you know what? I have thought about that, and I don't want to talk about it because it does make me sad.
I know.
I'm depressed because I want to be best friends with Luke Kuechly and go fishing with him, and that will never happen in my lifetime.
I know.
But you can go fishing with Bryce Williams.
Well, you know what? That's true.
And he spent a hot minute as a Panther.
Well, and I'll tell you what, when I was, 13 years old, I looked up to Bryce Williams in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium.
So that's a little degree of separation there.
If your daddy said, hey, son, one day you're going to be cracking jokes with Bryce. Y'all are going to be buddies.
I would have thought I was in heaven.
And once again, for the second time this week in 3 shows, I'm saying, count your blessings.
Yes, sir. I'm going to be counting them.
And that goes
dang, Bryce Williams is here.
That's kind of funny because, I grew up a big radio person. I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was growing up because I was active. I listened to the radio more than I watched TV. I used to listen to all these old school, what you would consider to be DJs, like the old school idea of what a DJ is. And I grew up with kind of like Casey Kasem, Rick Dees,
and the weekly top 40,
and John Garabedian,
even
and
local
the open
guys.
house part. Yeah, local guys. Well, and the funny thing is that I always wanted to be in radio. I always wanted to work in radio. Just I wanted to be a DJ. It wasn't until I was much older and got into the business that I realized the technical side of it, the production side, was something that I was way more interested in. But the funny thing is about at my first real, I would consider to be full-time radio gig, I ended up working with a guy I actually listened to a lot and looked up to and loved his morning show.
Clip Rock.
No. Remember a guy named Rick Sticks?
Of course.
I ended up working with Rick Sticks at a previous establishment, and he shared an office with me, and I remember sitting there looking at him and going, if you had told my 13-year-old self that I would be sitting as an adult out of college right across I'm looking at Rick Sticks. I mean, it was just such a surreal moment for me. So I can kind of get what you would say about Luke Kuechly, not Luke Kuechly, I'm sorry, Bryce Williams.
He was on the top 40. They do like the countdowns every night and stuff, right? Like what did he do, top 40?
He did a morning show. And he may have done some evening. I don't remember him much in the evening. I remember him doing morning show.
Yeah.
Because me being the dorky kid that I was in high school, I used to call in the morning show and give our high school softball scores because that's how much of a dork I was.
I was such a sports radio dork. I called into Arnie Spanier back in the day, and they told us you had to be 18 or whatever to get on, so me and my friend would try to make our voices deeper. And I remember calling in asking about the Redskins and stuff, and it was awesome. It was fun. And then I got to meet him at O'Cool's when he came one time.
I remember I used to call the overnight jockeys. I used to call them because I was a horrible insomniac in high school, and so I'd be up at all hours of the night, and so out of boredom I would call the radio jockeys at night and talk to them. I remember one was a part-time dive instructor in Wilmington, and we started talking about scuba diving and stuff, and that was back in the day when long distance calls cost money. And then I got grounded for like a month off the phone because my mom got the phone bill and it was really high.
I'd be in a tractor with a cab with you got the radio in there.
Oh,
and I would call 99X and request songs because that's all I had to do out there was listen to music. So call in, request Disturbed, and be on about my day.
I was expecting like Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I mean whatever was hot in that era.
Yeah. But yeah, I was that radio dork. But to sit across from a guy that I listened to and that I, really looked up to in the business, it was just a trippy scene for me.
Chad says, have you seen the Matt Stafford AT&T commercial about trading in phones?
No.
I've seen him on a commercial. I've not paid attention to it. Maybe I will next time. I am a fan of Lily, the AT&T commercials, though.
I like the progressive commercials.
You like Flo?
I do.
I'm
like
a big Flo.
I like Flo, and is it Flo's sister?
I don't know.
Where she portrays both Flo and her sister.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
she's like annoyed with her or whatever.
Yeah, she's like, oh, hi.
Have y'all ever Googled Lily, the girl in the AT&T commercial?
I know where you're going with this.
Well, why are you shaking your head no then? You have.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. You were shaking your head no.
Oh, no, I have, definitely.
All right,
I haven't, so I guess I need to Google
we'll
it
do
up.
it during the break. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. When we return, Mike Houston's comments from Tuesday's Pirate practice out at football. We'll have our Bud Light ECU report. That and more on the way after this.
Presented by Sub Dogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th, as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project, and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala, Saturday, May 14th. North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park, or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money at Carolina Wealth Management. We believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
All right, I'm following the Harold Varner tracker. There is a match play event going on, and he is one-on-one against Shane Lowry, it appears. And Lowry is up 1 through 2. So they're playing at 3, and we'll keep an eye on that as HV3 has this tournament and one more until he begins for play in his first ever Masters. And we are fired up about that here at Pirate Radio and throughout the Pirate Nation. All right, couple things. Chad says he remembers calling in 96.3, the Hot FM back in the day with Clip and getting a busy signal. And then it rang and we hung up. Then we got through again and just requested some Madonna song because we couldn't think of anything else. You know, I don't remember that particular moment, but that sounds like something I would do and we would do back then. Got a good topic for Bryce in hour 3, something that we were tweeting about last night. Dreams you had as a kid, reoccurring dreams, or dreams that stuck out with you. Mm-hmm. So if y'all can think of any, have them ready to go for the third hour, and we'll see if Bryce. I should have warned Bryce about this.
Text him.
Sometimes it takes. I wonder if he'd answer my call live on the air. You think so? Let's give him a shot.
I don't know. The last time we called him live on the air, unexpectedly he cursed on the air. So
good point. Well, let's see if he does that again.
Let's call him up real quick because this seems like a long text. Calling Bryce Williams.
Make sure he doesn't cuss.
Yeah, I'll let him know we're live.
What's up, Clip?
Hey, Bryce. We're live on the air, so remember that time you cussed? Don't do that again.
We're live right now?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah, because I was going to text you, but it's a long text, so I figured I'd just call you. I got a little something for you to think about before you get here at 5. I wanted to forewarn you.
Okay.
So I was tweeting last night. We were talking about dreams we had as a child or like reoccurring dreams.
Uh-huh.
And just if you have any in mind, or even as an adult, I guess, if you have a reoccurring dream or a dream that really stands out to you, we're going to talk about that in hour 3.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I mean, is that a good dream or just any dream?
Could be good, could be bad. Like I used an example when I was a kid. My dad in a dream turned into Inspector Gadget, and it made me afraid of Inspector Gadget for the rest of my life. And I was scared of my dad for like 3 days. So yeah, if you got anything like that, just bring it in. We'll do a little show and tell in hour 3.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right, buddy. We'll see you in a little while.
All right.
Bye. Okay. There you go.
Wow. Impressive.
Got him ready to go.
Nice phone call.
Great call with Bryce Williams.
Good call.
Good call. Good call.
Rack 'em.
Huge. If you would like to chime in on that topic, you can as well, as we'll dive into that later. Another thing, Mike P. had a complaint. I agree with this one. I tell you what, I get annoyed doing baseball games when I see this signal.
Oh, man.
When the umps, coaches, players put their hands over their ears, earmuff
They're
style,
going to look at it, Jeff.
and start shaking it.
They're going to look at it.
Shaking their hands. That means we're going to go to review.
Let's
see. For a while there, I thought that they were just talking about how well Princess Leia's hair is strategically placed.
Nice reference there, Shirley. I like
Thank
it.
you.
I like it. Mike says replay is way too long. Need a shot clock on replays, 30 seconds at the most. Mike, I'm going to give you a gentleman's clap because I agree with you.
I want to shake his hand.
I want to shake your hand. We got to fasten up replay. Look, it's fine. It's fine. We want the right call to be made. If it's not, we're going to bitch and moan about that. Let's get the call right. But if we can see it immediately on TV, them at the game
should be able to too.
Should do it. And
I think there should be a nerve center at each location where you have, let's say, 3 people and they have 3 monitors and they're all looking at the same thing.
I feel like we're doing that, but
no.
I know what you're saying. I feel like we're already kind of doing those steps, and it's still taking forever.
Like, for example, like when you're trying to determine who has, let's say basketball, who touched the ball last when it went out of bounds.
Yeah.
Okay, you have one person looking at who the possession should go to. Another person needs to look at the clock, find out how much time is left, and a third person, whatever the, I don't know, 2 to 3 people is what I'm thinking of. So what I'm trying to figure out is, why does one person have, or 2 people not looking at 2 different things to get immediate, like you have one person say, okay, well, Clip touched it last, and the next person say, okay, and when the ball went out of bounds, it was this time. I mean, it takes 10 seconds.
I know. I know.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm just putting it out there. I don't know if that's how they do it now. I'm just saying.
Redbeard says pregame shows on TV in any sport way too long. Yeah. I got to tell you, something that I really hate is long pregame shows. Could you imagine somebody doing a 4-hour pregame show for something? I mean, what a waste of time, and what a terrible thing that would be.
I was just waiting for a rebuttal.
Who needs 4 hours to talk about a damn game? By the way, tune into the Bud Light pregame tailgate this fall. 4 hours before every game. I mean, Redbeard, I guess. I mean, you can complain about it, but just don't watch it. Like, what do you care? Just watch the game. I guess you're saying, like, this is more of a... It's all about the TV, really. But when they say a game's supposed to start at 8 and it kicks off at 8:19...
I was going to say, like
that,
they'll tell you a time, but it might not kick off.
That's more on them, not the pregame hosts, So I understand that part of it, but I can't sit here and complain about the length of pregame shows when we do a 4-hour one every Saturday.
Yeah.
That would be a bit hypocritical on my part. But the whole, hey, the game's at 7 tonight. Well, it's actually at 7:32 or whatever. So anyway, all right, good discussion, good gripes, good complaints. We have a sponsor that might be joining us on Pirate Radio that is going to be great for our
that would have been a perfect example.
Our complaint segments, and now it's on to Chandler. Can Chandler get it signed?
Can I do exactly what I did with Wings Over? Can I close the deal like Danny Beal?
Can you close the deal? We've done all we can to this point. We've got 8 innings done.
We've done everything we can.
Call to the bullpen.
We've set you up. You just got to knock them down.
Yeah, I threw the alley-oop. Chandler's running in from the 3-point line.
You got to flush it.
I feel like Charlie Sheen in Major League.
Wild thing. You make my heart sing. Get it done, Chandler. All right, let's hear a little bit of Mike Houston before we move on and talk to the voice, Jeff Charles. He talked about the improvements with the offensive line. This is cut 2 from yesterday's spring football practice.
Well, he's much more comfortable. It's hard now. You figure you got a 300-pounder sitting right there in your face, and you got to snap the football and move and block. It takes a special person to be a center, and plus you got ID protections. So he's very comfortable there now. Snaps are much better, much more consistent, and he's so athletic. He's one of those guys. He can do some things that other guys can't do just because of his athleticism. He's a guy I have very high expectations for, and really trying to push him to kind of play at that next level.
Specifically, Coach Houston talking about East Carolina center Avery Jones there. Hey, it's great to go into a year with the center who's got experience. Yeah, I've said it a million times. That has been a position that has been snake bitten over the years when it comes to ECU football. Peyton Winstead having to leave early due to medical reasons. You had John Spellacy with the same thing. Chandler, turn your mic on, pal.
And John Spellacy, unfortunately, with a career-ending injury there. I'm thinking about the last consistent center we've had. I might be going a little too early, but maybe Taylor Hudson.
Yeah.
Is Taylor Hudson a guy that might have, has been consistently healthy going into the next year?
Yeah. Because it was like a revolt. And this is not. Now, there's some.
Because you also had J.T. Boyd.
There are some positions that have just been under recruited or whatever. Center, they brought in good players.
Right.
They just it just has not worked out for a number of different reasons. And now, I don't think Avery Jones was brought in to be a center, right?
You also had the guy from last year who transferred to Marshall. He was going to be a center for ECU, and I cannot remember his name. Maybe it'll pop up later, but that's another example of this revolving door.
You're right, and I, too, can't remember his name at this moment. He talked more about the offensive line, cut 3.
I think Isaiah Fitt is having a really good spring. That's a kid that, you recruited him, you knew he had some ability, but you just got to, it's like you just got to let him mature. You got to let him grow up. O-linemen, they don't come in and play right away usually, and it usually takes him a couple of years, but he's finally, playing with confidence, playing with some nastiness, doing some really, really good things in the run game and the pass game. I've been pleased with him so far.
He's getting off on the right foot.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. Just don't tell me ever to stay in my lane again if you're going to do stuff like that.
I do apologize. That was unnecessary.
Isaiah Fitt. I know our Maryland guy, Scott, will be happy to hear that. He loves talking up Isaiah Fitt, Maryland native. Real quick, back to the review stuff, Shirley.
Here we go.
Mike P. has some ideas.
Sure.
Refs should have to hold on to something that will shock them if they don't make the decision in 30 seconds. And every 10 seconds after 30 seconds, he says maybe the headphones can shock them. So,
wow.
Oh, I like,
Kinda
what?
like a dog getting out of the territory it's not supposed to be in.
That's called a behavior modification module. Or a shot collar.
Very fancy way to say it. Yeah.
Shot collar, basically.
So how about some shock headphones?
I you know what? That would add to my entertainment value.
It looks like, I'm going to say off on red. It could be black ball. Black ball. But let me look at it one more time. Hurry up. One more time. We got red, touches it there. Black ball.
I would enjoy that. But I have a sadistic sense of humor.
As there's a camera on it.
Yeah, because you know how the referees in basketball, they're huddled over that, that one monitor. If they don't hurry up, you can have a camera on them and like a little timer down there in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you're like, all right, here it comes.
In baseball, they go into the dugout, and they probably are like taking a pee break or something.
Yeah, if they go into the dugout, you need to have like an ejector seat or something.
Oh, wow.
Like an ejector seat.
So
if they walk in...
You're sitting in a particular seat to watch the replay.
Yes.
And after 30 seconds, it springs up.
It launches you back out on the field.
It throws you like Uncle Phil used to throw DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yes.
Back onto the field.
Yes.
I like that.
That's what I want.
It's one thing to come up with problems. It's a whole nother to have solutions for those problems.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing here.
Yes.
By the way, quick update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Pirates have a 2-0 lead early against Elon. So things going well at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Not as well across the street at Max Ray Joyner Family Ballpark
Stadium.
Memorial Stadium.
A slight update here.
Coliseum.
Yes. ECU is trailing UNCW at 6-1, but the Pirates have the bases loaded, no outs.
And by the way, Sim Hodge on Twitter, thank you. Trent Holler was that center.
Holla
at your boy.
Trent Holler, thank you, Sim. Appreciate that. All right, back to...
Oh, and an error scoring. Sorry. Play-by-play. Pirates. Joey Fatante.
Joey Fatone?
No, Joey Fatante, who is a new addition to the Pirates squad.
New addition? We're talking about NSYNC.
Yes. NSYNC,
Yes.
new addition, yes. And, but anyway, Joey Fatante hit a rocket to third base. Third baseman could not handle it. And
third base woman, Shirley.
Excuse me, third base woman. And they scored 2, so it's now 6-3 UNCW. Runners on first and second. Still no outs for the Pirates.
I think we talked about this before. I'm sorry, what was the score?
6-3.
All right, they're back. They're coming back. UNCW had a granny off the scoreboard during our break there. Like calling women's games, and it's like a man-to-man defense. But is it a woman-to-woman defense? Or do the terms stay the same?
The terms stay
and
the
also,
same.
I'm such a robot doing those games, Shirley. So at the end of each inning, when I'm over at Clark LeClaire, I'll say, for the Phoenix in the top of the first inning, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base. So then when I went to do a softball game, I was just so trained to say the same thing. I called them men for a few innings. Technically, there was no men on any of the bases because they're all women. So I would just say, like, nobody, no peoples. No humans.
Having said
when
that,
I did my 3 innings of softball PA, I just said no runners left on base.
Yeah, that's a good.
Usually what I do is I'll go, for the Pirates, there were
runs, hits, errors.
Yeah, runs, hits, errors. Thank you. And so it's 2 hits on
runs, hits, errors.
Runs hit, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on base.
Just take
something
out
like
all.
that.
Just yeah.
I just don't
bypass
say.
the word.
I don't say runners or whoever. Did they tell you about the story about the ghost runner?
I don't think so.
Oh God, this is hilarious.
I don't remember.
You remember as a kid when
Ghost
you
Man
said
on second,
Ghost
yeah.
Man on second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there was a rather young individual that was doing. I think it was doing PA or something, and I think they had gone into extra innings. And in softball, the rules are different. You start with a runner at second, and I can't remember how it came about, but something about who he was asking who was on second, and someone jokingly said ghost runner on second.
Yeah.
Announcer announced now at second ghost runner.
Well, that is the terminology, because I saw Major League Baseball will be using a ghost runner in extra innings, right? And that's the terms they're using now.
But ghost runner is technically there's no one there.
It's a ghost.
It's an imaginary runner at second base because you don't have enough people to play. Usually, it's when you don't have enough people to. Like if you're playing cup ball back in the day, if you know what cup ball is.
Everybody knows what cup ball is.
Are they going to get rid of that?
I thought so.
And then
no, Shirley, cup ball has not been outlawed.
He hung a right. I don't know where he's going.
We're talking about the ghost runner still.
Okay, ghost runner.
I thought so, but I believe, let me get it right, because we're people.
I want to say they were going to get rid of it, and then they reinstated it.
We only get 8 things wrong a day on this show. So there's the Shohei Ohtani rule. You saw that.
And I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that ghost runner thing, because I just thought it was hilarious. I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody.
The deal also includes a return to using a ghost runner in extra innings, but only for 2022. So they're bringing it back for 1 more year. There will be no 7-inning doubleheaders. They just return to 9 innings.
Yeah, they just So
I
that
means
they got rid of that.
They're going to start extra innings with a runner on second, right?
Yeah.
That's what that means, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, though. But to me, when you use the term ghost runner, it means it's just an imaginary person on second base. It's not a literal person.
Didn't you love those arguments where...
When you're trying to come up with a score and like, we had a ghost run on second, that run counts.
And like, okay, I hit this one to right field.
Yeah.
And I got a single... But, like, I would argue my ghost runner's fast. He would have scored on that.
Yeah.
That should be a run.
Yeah,
And they're
absolutely.
saying, no, your ghost runner's at third. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
Fun times.
Fun times.
Very controversial.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll visit with the voice, Jeff Charles. He'll join us here on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you with more after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
The North Carolina Strut Masters Championship, presented by Leopold, is coming back to Farmville April 9th. Put your skills to the test against some of the best turkey hunters in the country, like Michael Waddell, Nick Munt, Nate Hosey, and many more. The top scoring birds will win big prizes up to $30,000. There'll be live performances by Mikkel Buck, Nate Hosey, and you never know who else will show up. Deadline to register for two-man teams is April 2nd. Registration now open at ncstrutmasters.com.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clip.
All right, Donald Juan just sent in a reoccurring dream that I can relate to, that I've had as well, and we'll read that in hour 3 when we talk about our childhood dreams that we remember or reoccurring dreams we have as an adult that stand out to us. By the way, Donald Juan is called in. He won something. I want to say treasure chest.
It was.
Is he from Roanoke Rapids? I mean, I don't know why you would remember that, but for some reason I thought he was. He's listening in right now. Maybe he can confirm. I just drove to Jersey and back last week, and as we drove through Roanoke Rapids, there's a restaurant you can see from 95 called Donald Juan's. It might have been Don Juan's. I think it could have been Don or Donald. I don't know, but I wonder if it's that Donald Juan.
Interesting.
Is he a restaurateur from Roanoke Rapids? Let us know if you are, or if you ain't. Whatever. Who cares? I don't. All right, let's head out to the Pirate Radio live line and visit with the voice here on this Wednesday. We'll talk some hoops and more with Jeff Charles, a little football and also baseball, Jeff, as the Pirates out to an 11-10 start after their win last night. Not where they wanted to be, 21 games into the season, but still a long season, a lot of baseball left to be played, and again, not where they want to be, but a chance to still get there at some point, Jeff.
Well, you're right, Cliff. There's still a lot of baseball to be played, but the bar has been set so high for East Carolina baseball.
Yeah.
You talk about going to Omaha, and you've not been there, and you've been talking about it really since 1997 when Keith LeClaire came to ECU and put that bar very high for this program, and of course now we've done 25 years, and the Pirates have not gotten there. So, yeah, I think sometimes people are let down, but my goodness, this program has been so good for so long. I would feel like at some point that these guys will get things together and they'll come back and they'll play a little bit better. They just really have not played very well this year, Cliff, and it was good to see them bounce back and get a win last night. The pitching depth, it looks like it's coming along for them, but they're having problems with their starting pitching and eating up some innings at the beginning of games. And then the offense has really struggled this year for ECU, and as we know, they lost a lot of really good players last year, and counting on some young guys to pick up the slack this year, and it really hasn't been there as of yet. But Cliff Godwin's a good coach. He'll get things figured out. The guys will keep grinding. They'll keep playing hard, and hopefully this thing will turn. Now, this is a big week coming up this week, and they've got Elon, as you mentioned, this afternoon. And then I was looking at VCU just the other day, Cliff, and they've won 8 games in a row. They played today. I don't know if the competition has been great, but they have won 8 games in a row going into their play today. And then, of course, you've got NC State, so that speaks for itself next Tuesday. So this is a tough stretch with a lot of games. I think 6 games in 8 or 9 days, so tough stretch for the Pirates. But if they can put some wins together, they can get that season back on track.
Jeff Charles joining us. So much going on in the sports world. And, Jeff, I've been trying to find things to watch these last couple of nights and have been struggling without basketball. I'm about ready for Thursday to roll around. Thought I might be basketballed out after late Sunday night watching TCU in Arizona, but nah, I need more. And there have been some games going on. I saw UNCW won in the CBI yesterday. They'll play again tonight. Saw the Bonnies, St. Bonaventure knock off Virginia in the NIT. So you do have some hoops going on, but really looking forward to Thursday night, Jeff, and some great matchups coming up. We've already seen some great games in this tournament, some overtime games, some thrillers. How about Memphis, Jeff, hanging with Gonzaga? Memphis, that team that East Carolina beat in Minges Coliseum, did not look like that team that was testing Gonzaga late Saturday night.
Well, that team that ECU beat had 3 starters out and 4 key players out when the Pirates won that game, and they were so injured the entire season until really about the last month or 5 weeks of the year when they finally started getting all of their pieces back. And because they were right there with Gonzaga, Cliff, that didn't really surprise me. I thought they would be because their talent level is so good. I'll tell you what surprised me about the game was the way that Drew Timme of Gonzaga took over the game in the second half.
Yeah.
It was almost non-existent in the first half. And I thought he might have some matchup problems against Memphis, but boy, was I ever wrong. They started going to him in the second half, and he was unstoppable down on the block and all the different moves he has. He kind of reminds me of a Kevin McHale type, the way he has all of those moves down in the paint. And he really surprised me the way he took over that game. But Gonzaga is really, really good. They're very athletic. They're quick. I'm a little bit surprised they're a 9.5-point favorite over Arkansas. Certainly I'm not surprised they're favored. I thought that was a little bit high. We'll wait and see because Arkansas, again, is a very athletic team. But, yeah, there's some great games, Clip. And then, of course, one that we'll watch if you're an AAC fan is the Houston-Arizona game.
Yeah.
And that game should be a really great basketball game. And I just never put anything past Kelvin Sampson. He is not a good basketball coach. He is a great basketball coach. Really happy for the local kid, Josh Carlton, from Greenville, getting a chance to play in the Sweet 16 as well. And so, yeah, pulling for the Houston Cougars big time in their game tomorrow night.
And as good as Arizona, as dominant as Arizona has been, Jeff, this year, 33-3, that game's basically a pick-em. They're like a 1-point favorite against Houston, so a lot of respect shown to Kelvin Sampson and those Houston Cougars who just continue to get it done. And Jeff, you talked about Memphis's injuries. You can say the same for Houston, right? Losing a couple of key players.
Oh, yeah, they lost the 2 key guards for sure. Tremont Mark, who's a fine player, and then they also lost Sasser, who's a terrific shooter, and that was going to be their Achilles heel because no one knew where the slack was going to be pulled up from, especially from the perimeter with their shooting is concerned. But I tell you, the kid who's really come on big-time, Clip, is this kid Tajay Moore, the left-handed shooter, and he transferred in from Cal State Bakersfield. And he's been terrific for Houston. He's been one of the best players on the floor in these games in the tournament. And then, of course, Fabian White is a terrific player inside. I mentioned Josh Carlton. Josh in his first and only year at Houston coming from UConn has been a big piece for them this year. And Kyler Edwards transferred in, of course, as well. And he's been a guy who's been able to pick up the slack, shooting the ball from the perimeter. So they've got a lot of pieces. I just really wonder how good they would have been this year. They're still very, very good. If Mark and Sasser were still with this ball club, they would be a bona fide threat to win the national championship. I really believe that. And Kelvin's just such a terrific coach, and they just play so hard at the defensive end. Their intensity defensively is off the charts. So when you've got all that going for you and you know that's a constant game in and game out, you're going to play great defense and you're going to have a chance to go in and stop people regardless of who you play, then you've got a chance to win games, and that's what we've seen Houston do this year.
Jeff, how about the Blue Bloods from the state of North Carolina, who's got the better shot to advance? Duke taking on that stingy Texas Tech team, and then North Carolina, outside of that loss to Virginia Tech in the ACC tournament, been one of the hottest teams in the country. They take on a Blue Blood. Then UCLA, who knows about going on a tournament run. They did it last year, have a lot of the same parts back this year. So how about those should be two great games, Duke and Texas Tech going at it Thursday night, North Carolina, UCLA on Friday.
Well, Cliff, what a shocker. Carolina and Duke are both in the Sweet 16 this year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times that's happened, but it seems like it happens almost every year. And I was a little bit surprised. Texas Tech is actually a 1-point favorite in the game with Duke. I think it's going to be a great basketball game, but my goodness, I think Duke is just hitting their stride right now, and I would pick Duke to win that game. North Carolina's playing great right now as well, and UCLA, as you mentioned, they seem with Mick Cronin to make runs late. So if you're a Blue Blood fan and you love Blue Blood games, that North Carolina-UCLA game is going to be the game for you, and I think it's going to be very close. I think both games will be close. But if I had to pick right now, Clip, I think I would go with the two North Carolina schools because I just have a feeling they're both kind of hitting their stride at the right time.
Jeff Charles joining us. Jeff always has a great stat or something you didn't know. This sounds like a Jeff Charles stat, but I got this one from Barton alum Shirley Rhodes, who might have talked about this before, Jeff, but Matt Painter and his Purdue Boilermakers making a run in the NCAA tournament. Matt Painter, 1994-95, was an assistant at Barton College right here around these parts, and now he's got his team making a run in the tournament. They got those two big guys. They got maybe the best player in the country in Jaden Ivey. And how about a former Barton assistant, Matt Painter, taking his team far, Jeff?
Yeah, we talked about that maybe last year this time, and don't give me credit for this. Give all the credit to Shirley Rhodes, Barton alum from Wilson, North Carolina, who knows all about Matt Painter. So that was news to me. So Shirley gets kudos for that. But Matt Painter's a good coach, and as we talked last week, Clip, Purdue is my dark horse. I have them in the Final Four. So I'm really torn with the game coming up between Purdue and St. Peter's because I love the St. Peter's story and would love to see them advance. But at the same time, I picked Purdue to get to the Final Four. So I don't really know who to root for in that game. But both of them have had terrific years, and you just can't say enough for Shaheen Holloway and what he's done with that St. Peter's team. I mean, they just don't have great talent out there, but they play so well together. They're so well coached, and probably for St. Peter's fans, the thanks that they're going to get is that Coach Holloway will probably go to Seton Hall as the head coach, and they'll be starting over with a new coach next year, but you can't blame him for that.
Yeah.
He's a Seton Hall guy. So it's going to be a really good matchup. I just think that the Seton Hall Cinderella story will end because Purdue is just too big. And as you mentioned, Ivey's a pro. He is really a good player. He's been a lot of fun to watch in the tournament. I just don't see how St. Peter's can keep the dream alive and knock off Purdue, but they proved a lot of people wrong so far.
Jeff, I got to imagine there'll be a lot of North Carolina fans there in Philadelphia for that game. Purdue will bring some fans, but kind of a shame St. Peter's is so small. They would have the home court advantage with it being there in Philly. And but I don't think they have enough fans or enough people to bring. But you know, everybody who is not a Purdue fan in that building at 7:09 on Friday night will be pulling for St. Peter's. That should be a fun atmosphere, I think, Jeff.
Yeah, I think so too. And in this country, we love the underdogs.
Yeah.
Well, no Clip and an underdog for sure, St. Peter's, and it'll be interesting to see again if they're able to keep it alive. But it's great that their fans are going to be able to get there. Most people listening to us today have been in Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum, and it's not the biggest building in the world, but when you consider the arena, the gymnasium that St. Peter's plays in, you could put two of St. Peter's gyms in Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum.
Wow.
It seats 3,200. And, you know, on TV it looks like a high school gym. So they've not even been a speck on the map, but they're having their their time now in the spotlight, and good for that school and good for their players and their fans and their coaches. And it's just a feel-good story, Clip, and that's what makes, the basketball tournament, the NCAA March Madness, so much fun when you see a team like St. Peter's pop up, and we've seen Oral Roberts, and we've seen George Mason, and we've seen Florida Gulf Coast, and all of these schools make runs into the Sweet 16, and it captures the heart of the country. It's just a lot of fun to watch.
Jeff Charles joins us Wednesdays here on Pirate Radio Live. Every Monday, you can hear the Players Lounge, our ECU baseball players, and also during spring football, you can hear Holden Ahlers join us Mondays here on Pirate Radio Live. It was great to catch up with Holden on Monday, Jeff, and talk a little spring football, and just to hear how far this program has come along, and still a ways to go, and it's not where it needs to be. This is not the final chapter of the Mike Houston book here with ECU football. It's going to get even better, but from where they were when he got here to where they are now, Holden Ahlers said that basically, Jeff, the players could run practice at this point because you have him at quarterback. You've got returners just about everywhere, maybe outside of the wide receiver position, the one position group that does not have a ton of veterans there. But so many leaders on this team now. It was great to hear Holden Ahlers say that if the coaches weren't available, they could run a practice themselves. And that is a huge change from when Mike Houston came in here and said we have to teach these guys how to practice. So it just kind of tells you, Jeff, how far this thing has come in a few years.
Yeah, no doubt about that. A very interesting comment from Holton. And what's really good, too, Clip, is to see the depth now with the football program. When Mike got here, very little depth, especially on the defensive side of the ball and especially in the defensive line position. And to see what these coaches have been able to do to really get some quality bodies in here and recruit well has been really fun to watch, and kudos to those guys. They've done a terrific job. And now, when somebody goes down, you've got a pretty capable backup who can go in and play. And so they've really been able to develop what coaches like to call quality depth, and they've got quality depth now in most positions. You're right. I think there's some concern going into the year as far as the wide receiver position is concerned. We don't know about C.J. Johnson and whether or not he'll be playing this year. And then, of course, the Pirates lost some good receivers from last year, so some of the guys are going to have to step up that have been hurt or really maybe haven't just been able to get on the field in the last year or two. A guy like Josiah Hatfield and some of those guys, Tyler Savage, they're going to have to play bigger roles. So we'll see how all that works out. But I really like the looks of where the Pirates are in the defensive line this year. I think the offensive line's always a challenge, and I think there's some guys who are still trying to mix and match up there, and I think this will be a big spring for that. But we all know, Cliff, they're in good shape as far as running backs are concerned.
Yeah.
Those two guys, Kevin Monroe, my broadcast partner, calls them Thunder and Lightning, and they're going to be back again next year, and so we're looking forward to that.
And Jeff, you talk about, I remember you talking about the basketball team, how good the guys were to be around and everything. And saw recently Keaton Mitchell and Rajay Harris were speaking to elementary school kids, and they receive letters from those kids, and just things like that you love to see. Those are two really good dudes too in the backfield, Jeff. And Mike Houston, all these coaches, Joe Dooley did it when he was here, Cliff Godwin as well, try to bring in quality individuals. And there's a bad apple in there every now and then, but I love seeing things like that. Keaton and Rajay going out in the community and learning to be good men, which they will become one day.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Clip. It's good to get the ECU student athletes out in the community and in all of the sports. And Rajay has a little bit more of a personality than Keaton does, and gotten the chance to know Rajay probably a little bit more because he is an outgoing kid, and Keaton's still kind of a shy kid, doesn't have a whole lot to say. But I've seen a lot of young guys come into this program as freshmen and watch them really develop. By the time they're seniors, they don't even seem like the same type person because they gain a lot of confidence in their speaking ability and doing interviews. And by the way, Clip, I do watch the baseball players with you, and boy, those kids really handle themselves well. I'm impressed when you talk with those guys. They're very good, very articulate, very personable, and that's a fun segment you do with the baseball players. And I know Cliff has always put a real high priority on the guys getting out in the community and doing a lot of things. So got a lot of things these days to be proud of at ECU, Clip, and I think the student-athletes in the program right now are as good as they've ever been.
And Jeff, looking forward to hearing from Michael Schwartz, which I would assume would be in the next day or two. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a press conference with him. And boy, he talked for a long time on the Zoom last week, but would love to get to see him in person. And hopefully that'll be happening soon, Jeff. I know Cy said yesterday that he thought Schwartz was driving into town on Tuesday, so maybe we'll get him in front of a microphone soon.
I think that could happen tomorrow, Clip.
Okay.
They could. I do think there's a possibility that could happen, so we'll have to wait and see. But I do believe that Coach Schwartz is in town, and he has some things to do before he meets with the media. But that's going to happen relatively quickly, I think. And there's always that curiosity factor with the fans and the media with the new coach. It's not like I've not been through this before, Clip, as I mentioned last week. If you count Joe Dooley twice, and you count Michael Perry, who was the interim coach for 18 games after Jeff Lebo resigned, this is my 11th basketball coach at ECU, going back to 1988 when Mike Steele was the head coach. I was thinking the other day,
wow.
Good friend Brian Bailey, I would guess for Brian, this will be his 12th basketball coach, because Brian was in Greenville about 3 years, I think, before I got to town, maybe even 4 years. So Charlie Harrison was the coach when Brian got here, if I'm not mistaken. So for Brian Bailey, he's seen one more coach come through here than I have. I think for Brian, this will be his 12th basketball coach.
Man, I got quite a roster of coaches built over time, especially when it comes to ECU hoops. Jeff, always enjoy the chat. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the basketball. Enjoy sitting back and watching games instead of calling them, Jeff. Yeah, I know you like being a part of the action, but probably nice to kick your feet back and then watch some sports too, right?
It really is, Clip. I'm kind of catching my breath. It just seems like this year we were on the road so much, and it does take a little bit out of you, but kind of getting back in a good routine again. And, yes, I'll be, just like everybody else, listening to games on Pirate Radio and watching games on TV and having a lot of fun doing it.
Jeff, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks so much, Clip.
Thank you, Voice. Enjoyed it as always. We will take a time out, come back, get ready to wrap up Hour 2. Busy Hour 3 on tap because Bryce Williams joins us. We'll hear what Mike Houston had to say after yesterday's ECU spring practice. So we'll talk football, and we'll make you a winner. Open up the booty bag. It's all ahead on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday. Back with you after this.
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fussell from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Did you know time spent outdoors can help improve your children's health and bring balance to their life? The Outdoor Heritage Advisory Council invites you to join the Patch program. This program is for any child under the age of 16 and includes activities like fishing, hunting, and hiking. These are just one of the many ways you can earn the exclusive patches from the Outdoor Heritage Council. For more information on how to sign up and get your adventure started, visit outdoorheritage.nc.gov.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Villa Verde on 10th Street and Villa Verde Dos by the hospital are open for you, serving unique and healthy dishes from the Dominican Republic. Order online at myvillaverde.com or the Villa Verde app. Order a family meal that feeds 6 to 7 people, and they'll have it ready for curbside pickup today. Whether it's dine-in or takeout, Villa Verde is a platform for good. And as we head back into the show, Clip, a quick Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update.
I don't want it.
In the 6th inning,
Don't tell me.
UNC Wilmington has
Don't say it.
extended their lead 8-4 over ECU in softball at Max R. Joyner Stadium.
Chandler, give me another score.
And we don't say
it.
No, please.
No.
East Carolina.
No.
Now finds themselves down 1 to the Phoenix of Elon.
Please, no.
3-2 after Trey Savage.
Well, like no Savage. Yeah.
Gives up a 3-run bomb in just a limited time of relief.
Shirley, hit the whole Coach K cut, please, because I need everybody to be quiet.
Please, everyone be quiet.
We're obligated to give the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dub Up. Doesn't mean it's always going to be pretty.
Are you doing it too now?
You were taking a gulp of water,
yes,
so maybe
I
she
was
thought
trying to help you there,
you were
but
in mid-gulp.
also there was one day you weren't here and I had to do it by myself.
Also, Shirley gave a score and you gave a score that time, so I
it
feel
was
like
fun. Yeah.
I thought it went pretty
What
good.
a team. We have a team here.
Shirley,
The culture is great.
good day for your NFL team.
Why, yes, it was.
I got to say, I love your coach. I think he's going to be great. I call him Michael McDonald, but because I keep forgetting his name. It's Mike McDaniel.
McDaniel, yeah.
A.K.A. Michael McDonald.
He just looks like some scrawny dude from, like, who's an assistant coach at, like, some no-name basketball school.
On that note, just Google Dolphins coach. Google those words. Okay. Tell me what pops up on your computer and see if it's the same as mine. Because I just Googled Dolphins coach to see his name, because I call him Michael McDonald, because I can't remember he's Mike McDaniel. All right.
It pops up.
Mike
McDaniel.
What picture are they using?
I don't know.
Is that even him?
He's got a Texans logo on. So I looked at his Wikipedia. He was a Texans offensive assistant 14 years ago. So they're using a picture from when he was 25 years old.
And he's 39 now.
He's 39 now. He looks like a child in the picture they have on Google for him.
Hey, don't disrespect him, bro.
He does, because in a more current picture.
Don't disrespect him, bro.
His hair.
I'm disrespecting Google more than I am.
No,
he has way more
no.
facial hair now.
I'm saying Google, don't disrespect him like that.
Anyway.
You would think Google would update that picture.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
because if you look at the images, there's plenty of them.
He looks like a kid.
I'm going to start going to Ask Jeeves if they don't update this picture. Thanks, Charlie.
There's a reference there that I haven't heard in a long time.
The Dolphins acquire Tyreek Hill. To me, this came out of left field. Maybe
out of nowhere.
I'm not.
Just have him play offense, defense, and special teams.
I'm not tuned in, I guess, enough on what's going on with the Chiefs, because I remember this morning I asked you guys, Chandler, so why is he not just going to return to the Chiefs? Well, apparently he wants a lot of money. They're not willing to pay him that much, and other places are going to pay him more.
I thought I saw where the Chiefs had offered him an opportunity to be probably the highest paid wide receiver in the league. In the leg, and he said, "You know what? I actually want to."
He says,
shop
"Okay,
around.
I'll do that, but on a different team and get even more money."
Exactly.
And now, one of our interns, it was either Geen or I think it might have been Gray, says that
classic.
The Dolphins have the fastest 1-2 receiver duo in NFL history with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And that would make sense. So
Waddle was a great year last year.
Speed kills. They have the offensive coach. I have no doubt about that with Mike McDaniel, a.k.a. Michael McDonald. The question is, can Tua get it done? Here's one thing Tua can do, right, is throw 4-yard crossing routes to Tyreek Hill and watch him run for 90 yards.
Yeah.
So,
well, they did help out Tua Tagovailoa today, too, by getting Tyron Armstead.
Great job showing you are a professional broadcaster by saying his first and last name. That was a good move.
Appreciate it.
You nailed it. I'm being serious. Because sometimes I'll only say Tua because I'm afraid I'll screw up the last name. Tagovailoa. Yeah. But you said it very clearly.
Well, I appreciate that.
That was a good job. Speaking of money, as we go to break, wrap up this hour, Bryce Williams said to join us. Jeff Passan, here's a list of the 5 teams that have spent the least amount of money in free agency this offseason in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
The Brew Crew, who are a good team, have spent $12.9 million. The Orioles, who are trying to build but are cheap, have spent $7.9 million. Think about all the money the Dodgers have spent on like just one guy, and think about these numbers. The Reds have spent $5.5. The Guardians have not hit $1 million yet. They're at $900,000, Cleveland. And the Oakland Athletics, who have got rid of Matt Olson, other names that I can't remember.
There was a pitcher, I thought.
Was it Montez, maybe?
Yeah.
They have spent $0.
Jeez.
Zero. I've spent more money on Chick-fil-A today than they've spent on their baseball team.
Good point.
This offseason.
Yes.
So there you go, Oakland fans. You got to be fired up about the prospects of what you're going to be seeing.
But the good thing is with the Orioles, though, they do have some decent prospects in their farm system.
Including one, Connor
Norby.
Yeah.
Who
11th out of 30?
Yeah, the top 30 prospects for the Orioles, they have Connor listed as number 11. So they really think he's going to be a solid. They're looking to put him at second base.
And by the way, this time last year, he's playing for ECU, right? I mean, he has not even been there that long. So
yeah, no, and he hasn't. Now he will start the minor league season with the Delmarva Shoreboards.
That's a tough one.
That Shorebirds. I never can get that word out. Delmarva Shorebirds, which is the single A affiliate for the Orioles.
Well, ask Bryce Williams, has he ever shot a shorebird before? Because he shot a wood duck before.
Yeah.
Has he shot a shorebird? That is tough.
And how many wood ducks could a wood duck duck?
If a wood duck could duck ducks. Said ducks. All right, let's get into hour 3. Talk some football, talk some dreams, talk talk about Bryce's epic bracket?
As we do, Clip, score update on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by the Buck.
The Buck.
The Buck.
JCC. No. Jacob Jenkins Coward.
JJC.
Which would be what, Chandler?
JJC.
How do you say Tagovailoa and can't figure that out?
The letters got all mixed up in my head. Anyway, he goes yard. ECU ties
Yes!
3-3.
Yes! Who I believe is going to be the dark horse in Mustache March.
Could be.
Because I like his mustache. His mustache. Although I gotta say, Zach Agnos, he's brought the swag with the mustache.
All right. Good update there, Chan Man, to wrap up this segment. Take a timeout. Bryce Williams joins us after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Pirate Fest, presented by Sub Dogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
You know what happens when you mess with a 125-year-old legend? You get Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Inspired by the legendary taste of Topo Chico mineral water and crafted with unique flavors like strawberry guava, tangy lemon lime, tropical mango, and exotic pineapple for a crisp, refreshing finish. Topo Chico Hard Seltzer is a game changer. New Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. Legends never stop refreshing. TC Hard Seltzer Company, Tempe, Arizona, Auburndale, Florida. Celebrate responsibly.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a Black Tie Gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on Fifth Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on Fifth Street in Greenville.
We have some exciting news at Angel Oak Home Loans. This is Talbot Green, and I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our team, Braxton Green. I've known Braxton his entire life because he's my nephew. He is also a recent ECU graduate and has lived in Eastern North Carolina his entire life.
This is Braxton Green, and I'm looking forward to working with you with your next home loan or refinance. Give us a call at Angel Oak Home Loans today at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. And coming up on Saturday, you can do just that with Kinetic's Live Well Half Marathon, free 5K, and 1 mile fun run. That's coming up this Saturday, March 26th at the Greenville Town Common. The half marathon starts at 7:30 a.m. The free 5K starts at 9 a.m. and the 1 mile fun run begins at 8:30 a.m. And the purpose of the event is to promote the health of Pitt County residents, and it gives both competitive and first-time runners a chance to experience the benefits of physical activity and healthy living. For more information, give them a call at 364-2806. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's Clip.
All right, we got a lot to talk about with Bryce Williams today here on Pirate Radio Live. We were going to just go ECU football, but a few other topics have crept in, including dreams from our childhood or reoccurring dreams as an adult. And also, Redbeard wants to know what minor league mascots has Bryce Williams hunted or caught or otherwise. So we'll get back to that on Pirate Radio Outdoors. Also, Bryce has a Pirate Radio Outdoors story for us today that he'll try to tell without being... Well, you'll see.
Explicit.
Yeah, it's good. How you doing, Bryce?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. We were looking at your bracket earlier. You went upset heavy.
Yep.
And it's going to come back to hurt you, although you have your national champion left. You still got some teams left.
Yeah, there's some life left. And I'm not last.
And North Carolina really is one of the hottest teams in the country right now. They got UCLA coming up Friday. Mm-hmm. They have a chance to get to the Final Four and win it all, as you said they would. So, still some points to be had for Bryce Williams.
Chandler, don't give up on me yet. Chandler hit me right in the gut. He said, yeah, not yet, but you're going to finish last.
He gave you the old,
I'm sorry, but I've taken, a lot of looks at your bracket. I'm like, there's just
I think there's a path for him to not finish last, but that is a difficult path.
Yeah.
We could
It's
say
hard.
that.
Hey, not all finish lines aren't smooth.
Is that one of your famous sayings?
That just came off the...
I like it. That's good. All right, where to begin? Let's, for our listeners' sake, we'll start with ECU football. But I want to get into the dream talk later on in the show as well. Let's continue on, Shirley. So ECU spring practice going on. Have you had a chance to get out there at all, bro?
Not yet, no.
All right. Well,
I plan to.
Let's hear what's going on out there. The running backs are set as far as your 1-2 punch with Keaton Mitchell, Rajee Harris. Now you've got some other guys that some new faces, some guys that are here that could be a part of the discussion once we get into the fall. But your top two are there.
Yeah, and you're talking about Macy O'Donnell and Pop McKay. Those are some guys that you got to keep an eye out for because they can get some action too.
Now, how much time will they get during spring ball, and how much will they be used this spring? Like Houston answered that. This is cut 4, Shirley.
It's a good mix. So they we're careful how many snaps they get, but then again, there's some things that they really have to improve on too. So we're pretty deliberate with what snaps that they do get. But both of them, they look like what you expect them to look like right now. I tell you, Rajee is back to what we saw that first year from him, probably better. Keaton has picked right up where he left off, only he's really healthy right now. But those two guys, they're pretty special. We're fortunate to have them.
And we love where they are, Bryce, but it's not like they're LaDainian Tomlinson and Emmitt Smith. They're still young and can get a lot better, so they need to work. At the same time, you kind of know what you get with them, so you don't want to overwork them. So when you're going into spring ball, your last couple years, when you're already, you're going to be a starter, you're still busting your tail trying to get better, but at the same time not. So what's that balance like?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to just not do anything in practice, but it is nice once you kind of establish yourself to the coaching staff. They know what you can do. You know where you're going to be standing in the depth chart. You know, it makes things obviously a lot more relaxing. You know, you don't relax. You relax mentally, but like physically, you're still getting after it and, you know, trying to improve. And then it definitely was towards, especially my last spring, you know, I'd start off, you know, the scrimmages, you know, getting some reps and stuff, and then towards the end, or actually sooner than the end, you know, Coach K would let, you know, Baggett, you know, get his reps, you know, get comfortable, being out there learning, just getting better. So yeah, I would say with those two guys, you know what you get with them, and you know, I think there's nothing to really worry about, and they will continue to get better. Because what are their great years? I guess are they?
They're both sophomores, I guess, with that extra year.
Right? Yeah. So goodness gracious, like I mentioned before, I mean the mentality I had from 2013, you know, to 2015 was just way different. Right. I mean, just way more comfortable and easy going, and even I feel like I got better. So.
And Rajay had a really good 2020, not a great 2021. I thought he was still really good and important for the team, but Keaton Mitchell had that breakout year. Coach Houston was asked if Rajay pressed a little bit last year to be successful, had pressure on him. Here's what he had to say, Cut 5.
Probably, I mean, I think it's just, you know, it wasn't for lack of wanting to. I just think he's been very driven this offseason to, you know, really be that impact player again. And now all of a sudden, you know, you got both of them playing at an extremely high level. You know, that's not many people have that combination. We're very fortunate.
One thing they can do, and Bryce, you'll remember this from your time here with Tay Cooper and maybe even more so Breon Allen. Both of them can catch the ball out of the backfield. With our wide receiver core all of a sudden looking completely different than a year ago. You got your tight ends. In fact, we talked to Holton Ahlers Monday. His best connection right now is probably with Ryan Jones and Shea Calhoun compared to any of the receivers. But those guys can catch the ball in the backfield. I think we're going to see quite a bit of that in 2022.
Yeah, well, first off, that's great to know that Holton Ahlers is, you know, targeting, you know, the tight ends, and him and the tight ends are connecting good. And yeah. I'd love for that to carry on over to the, you know, to the season. And then to have those, you know, to running backs that can swing out of the backfield and add that extra, fifth receiver, I guess it would be. I mean, that obviously just is a, you know, recipe for, you know, coverage difficulties for the defense. So that's exciting that we know those two guys can do that.
Speaking of the wideouts, going to need some of them guys to step up. He was asked about the receiver position and how they are developing right now. Cut 6.
Well, I mean, I think you continue to see guys come along and, you know, make some big catches and show more consistency. You know, Tajay Hudson had a big catch on a third down against the pressure today. Holton, you know, made the correct adjustment right there, got the ball out. He made a contested catch in traffic, so that's good to see. You just want to continue to see which guys are going to make those plays consistently.
All right, Mike Houston there. We Stephen Igo and I before each season do like over-unders and prop bets, Bryce. So I told him yesterday we're going to do a prop this year that says the leading receiver on ECU will be a tight end, like yes or no, or you know, how many catches will the leading receiver have, and will that be Ryan Jones or Shane Calhoun? Right now, I would say the answer to that would be yes, and it would be, I don't know, what would you say, 55, 60 catches maybe? What's a good number?
Dang, that'd be, I forgot what mine was, but maybe it was 58. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I would definitely like to say yes, that a tight end will be the leading receiver, just because there's so many different quick passes that you can do to a tight end, you know, the sit over the ball, or, you know, the quick flat route or the stick route. I mean, it could easily, I think at least I'm going at least 50.
Okay.
I think.
Slim 80 finished his career with 96 catches, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns. Your biggest year, Bryce, it sounded like you were about to be all over it, 58 catches.
58,
in your last year.
And I would have liked to, you know, I feel like that could have been a little higher.
That was low.
That was low in my expectations. I would have, you know, I would like to see the, you know, the touchdowns been a little, because I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to sit here and break one for 50 yards or 60 yards. That just wasn't me. But it would have been nice to have that touchdown number up a little bit. And as far as the catches too, just
well, part of it was you not getting the ball. Part of it was Zay having 98 catches.
Yeah.
And then the year before that was Hardy having 1 million catches.
Yeah.
He had a few guys that were
Yeah, I
getting
mean,
the
I
football.
definitely had some guys that definitely could catch the ball as well, so I can't complain about that. But yeah, it would have been just slightly, maybe like a night in like the 60s, 70s.
Bryce, be honest with me. You were buddies with Justin Hardy.
Yeah.
But you were buddies with Shane Carden.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever, like a night out, chasing Hogan's goat or whatever, be like, hey, Shane, look, Justin gets 14, 15 targets a game. Can I get like 8 this week? Did you ever say anything like that off the field to him?
No, I just let it play out.
That's good.
But yeah, I just let it play out. I knew with Hardy it was. I mean, I don't blame him by any means.
Yeah.
But definitely the senior year, I would have been like, which I mean, I think the targets were, were still good, but I think if we would have maybe the red zone targets would have been heavier, then obviously the receptions would have followed suit there, and as well with the touchdowns. So
if Shane's around your senior year without Hardy, you still got Zay Jones, you still got other options, but you probably have 80 catches
most
that year?
definitely. But then of course it all depends on the play too, the play calling. What's the OC going to call? So
if Riley's back and everything changed really from 14 to 15.
Oh, without a doubt. So that was a little, definitely frustrating, especially what the hype talk was.
Speaking of targets and them no longer being here, guest alert, we'll talk to Tyler Snead coming up Thursday on Pirate Radio Live as he gets ready for Pro Day.
Oh, wow. When's that?
That is next week, Bryce.
Wow.
In fact, we'll have a Pro Day. What do you remember about that, if anything?
The daggum scout that was running that daggum thing made me restart my 40 3 times. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I was so mad.
Why is that?
Oh, it wasn't. They wanted you to hold it for 10 seconds, like your stance, which 10 seconds is obviously exaggeration. But because I wasn't, I guess, holding it, they wanted like a 3 count or.
So you would just kind of get down there.
Yeah, I mean, I would at least have a pause, but daggum, that son of a gun made me start over 3 times. And by that time, you're like, it's just having to start over that many times is crap. And I was running good 40s too. Because it all was hand type. I think I was in the high 4.6s, mid 4.7s, somewhere around that range, which would have been great to have a better, number from the combine. But yeah, that daggum scout just thought he could just.
You see that a lot in the combine. You see that a lot in the combines on NFL Network when it's that time of year, and you can see the frustration on those runners when that whistle blows for them to come back.
Oh, for sure. I mean. 1, 2. I literally think they want you to hold for is it a 3 second or a 2 second? I don't know what it is, but the fact that dude made me start for 3 times, it made me so mad. And even some of the scouts were like you could see them were mumbling under their breath, all right, come on,
It sounds kind of like when a referee tries to take over a game or somebody he wanted to be maybe more important than he actually was.
Oh, most definitely.
It's a mental game for you guys. Like you get in a mental state before you get in your stance, and then you have somebody telling you, all right, come back. You have to get back into that mental state,
no doubt.
So it takes a while to kind of get that mental.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's well said. I mean,
maybe he was testing your mental toughness.
I guess. Son of a gun. Now I was getting so pissed, and I didn't have to do. I was going to redo my 40 to try and get a better time. I think I didn't do any of the other cone drill stuff. I said I did that at the combine. I'm not worried about it. But then I did my running and my blocking and stuff, and all that went great. But besides that, scout making me start over 3 times.
That son of a gun.
It was good. Yeah. God.
How many times did you call him a son of a gun there, Chandler?
Son of a gun.
At least 4 or 5.
At least 5.
Yeah. You don't like that. What team was he from? Let's say it.
Denver.
Of course, I goes Broncos. That son of a gun.
Bryce, there was one time I went with Clip in my younger intern days here at Pirate Radio. I would go with Clip to football practice, and as we were waiting one day for us to talk to the players and the coaches, we found this tag on the ground, and it was a scout for the St. Louis Rams at the time.
Oh wow!
Let's see if I can find that picture.
And Brad Holmes was his name, and now he is the general manager for the Detroit Lions.
So I found the picture, and I said, after the Rams won the Super Bowl, and I said, congrats to my close personal friend Brad and Ram scout Brad Holmes, because he's got the.
That's hilarious.
He's got the lanyard there.
When was that?
Good question.
About 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a while.
That's cool.
Brad Holmes. He's where now? Detroit?
He's the GM for the Detroit Lions.
You're moving on up.
Hey,
Congrats, man.
Good job.
All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back when we return more with Bryce Williams. If you've had any weird childhood dreams or reoccurring dreams, you can chime in on Facebook Live, Twitter. Give us a call, 317-1250. I've got some of those to read. We'll see if Bryce, Chandler, Shirley have anything to add to the discussion. More on that and Pirate Radio Outdoors when we return after this.
The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine.
And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours.
Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games.
Jersey Mike's, be a sub above. The Special Olympics USA Games is my time to shine. And Jersey Mike's Day of Giving is yours. Grab a sub on Wednesday, March 30th, and all sales will be donated to the Games. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a power motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year power base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations, in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates!
Grow Rug 26 is coming to Greenville March 25th through the 27th. This is DJ Fossil from F3 ENC, inviting all men to sign up now for this leadership training event. The Grow Rug training events are designed to help men become high-impact men by reinforcing the F3 mission of invigoration of male community leadership. To register or to learn more, please visit f3enc.com. That's f3enc.com. Remember, you don't have to be great to get started, but you've got to get started if you want to be great.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow was down 448 points and closed at 34,358. The NASDAQ was down 186 points at 13,922. And the S&P was down 55 at 4,456. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. And as we head back into the show clip,
Don't say it.
Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update.
I don't want to hear
ECU softball mounted a furious rally, but they fell just a little short. They lost it 8-7 just moments ago at Max R. Joyner Family Stadium to UNCW.
Made a comeback, but not enough. They fall by one run. I got good news going on at Clark LeClaire Stadium.
Give it to me.
Don't look now. Cy Seymour tells you to look. I'm telling you, don't look.
Don't look.
Don't look now.
Don't look.
Is Josh Moylan heating up?
Uh-oh.
Is he?
2
That's
extra
my
base
boy.
hits today. Just hit one off the scoreboard. And it is East Carolina 4, Elon 3.
Nice.
In the 4th inning. So Josh Moylan goes yard. Needed that. Had to feel good
He
for him.
needed that.
Yeah, no doubt. So the Pirates take the lead over there at Clark LeClaire Stadium on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Just had our Bud Light ECU report talking a little spring football. Jeff Charles said we might get a introductory press conference with our new head basketball coach, Michael Schwartz, on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Also on Thursday, we'll talk some football with Tyler Sneed as he prepares for ECU Pro Day, an opportunity to get in front of the scouts coming up on, what was that, Chandler?
Opportunity.
Thank you. Coming up Thursday. We are insane. And speaking of which, sometimes my brain gets a little funky. So I was looking for something to watch last night, and I Googled, like, crime movies, and I was looking for something I hadn't seen. And there's a Korean horror movie called I Saw the Devil. And it is.
Sounds
I tell
fun.
You, it is not. It's pretty brutal. I didn't.
YouTube?
Nah, this was on. It was on a free app, like Tubi or something. I don't know. I watched it for free on my Roku, but I couldn't. I didn't finish it. It was a little too dark for me.
Wow.
But it reminded me that when I was a kid, I was scared of the idea of the devil. Right. And so I tweeted out a little joke. Can I say a cuss word? Can I just say one?
Well, you know the 7 words.
I'll bleep it, I guess. When I was a kid, I was scared of the devil, but now that I'm grown, I'm not afraid anymore. He's probably a little beep. I'm also no longer afraid of quicksand, the dark, and the Green Witch and the monkeys from The Wizard of Oz.
Well, I don't know. Them flying monkeys are scary.
They used to creep me.
I still get creeped out.
Yeah, still creepy. All right, so then Dan on Twitter said, as a kid, I had 2 separate reoccurring nightmares about E.T. Number 1, I raced to close the blinds because if he saw me, he could take me. Number 2, I was at recess and he swooped down in that bike, except I got put in the basket. Flew away and no one ever saw or heard my muted screams.
Oh, my God.
Same one over and over again. So then I started thinking about like childhood dreams or nightmares or even reoccurring dreams. And I said it earlier on the show. I had the one of my dad turning into Inspector Gadget, and it just creeped me out. And I'm still afraid of Inspector Gadget. Donald Juan has a reoccurring dream. And this must be common because I have this one still to this day. He says, I'm back at school after several days of unexcused absences, and for the life of me, I can't remember what buildings and rooms my classes are in. What assignments and tests did I miss? I'm in so much trouble. I still have that nightmare where I'm in school. I don't know where my next class is, and I start to think, and I'm like, the semester's almost over. I hadn't been to this class in like months. I'm probably I probably shouldn't even try to find it because I'm going to fail. What do I do? I have that nightmare still. I have one I still have one, Shirley, where I'm producing a show here at Pirate Radio, and like the computer goes out, or I don't have any audio, and like the hosts are just staring at me, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything. I have that dream from time to time.
That's not a dream, dude. That's reality.
That is reality.
That's happened to us.
So we'll go around the room. Have you guys thought of any dreams you had as kids or reoccurring as adults?
The ones that happened a lot for me, and I feel like a lot of people have had this one too, is like you're at school, you get to school, you're talking to everybody, all of a sudden everybody's like looking at you funny, starting to laugh. You look down, you're in your underwear.
Why is that a dream? I've had that before too. What is that about?
I've never had that dream.
And I'm
never had it?
Totally embarrassed.
Never had that dream.
You're trying to find your way out. In every corner you take, everybody's laughing at you.
Yeah.
So one of those deals where you just can't get away from the.
Wow.
But you look down and you're like, I swear, I've been here. Like, where do my pants go? So,
all right. Do you ever know?
It's a legit question. Where did my
especially
pants go?
in a thrilling, like a super scary dream that you're in a dream. Do you ever know you're in a dream? Like I can.
Oh yeah.
I can force myself to wake up if it gets too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's kind of.
Have you ever been able to do this? Like be in a dream and you like the dream, you wake up and then you go back to sleep and it just.
I can never get back to a good one.
Oh, I can never get back, and I'm mad too, especially if it's
I
a
know.
good dream. You're like, oh, come on! I wanted to see the end of that.
Yep. Wanted to have that one to its conclusion. How about you, Shirley?
I have had two scary recurring ones, and then one that was just recurring, but for some I can't explain why. The first one I used to have, I had it for many years when I was younger. It was almost like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type deal, where I'm looking down into a sink, but I can see myself as a tiny
You're
person.
really tiny? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I'm really tiny, and I'm drowning in the sink.
Oh my God, that is
And
terrifying.
and I had that dream for many years when I was a child.
That's terrible.
I do have a fear of drowning.
In a sink?
No, not in a sink. Just in general.
Shirley, it won't wash dishes anymore. She's afraid of the sink.
That might be the reason why I really hate washing dishes
There you
as
go.
an adult.
It explains it.
That explains it. So I had that for many years, and then I had a recurring nightmare probably when I was older, maybe high school, college, somewhere in that range, where I would be at a gym and I'd be working out, and it's always the same person, like the same dream. I'm walking to someone who is bench pressing. It's just at the gym,
Okay,
just
you're
like
at
a
the
free
gym.
weight bench
Okay,
pressing.
all right.
And I'm walking up to them, and I'm going to speak to them.
Yeah.
And that person puts the weights up on the bar, sits up, and it's someone I recognize. But then as I'm starting to talk to them, thinking I know who it is, they grab their face
Oh, God.
and pull their face off.
Oh God.
And it's someone else.
Oh God.
And
Wow.
I don't know where that dream
scary.
came. So I had that dream. Now that one when I have it, it will actually wake me. Like you see it on TV where they wake up and they're
Right.
like in a cold sweat, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've
Wow.
had it. That's how I wake up from that dream, and I've had it several times. Couldn't tell you why or whatever. And then the last one is just a recurring dream, where for some reason I'm in high school and I'm going to class, and people are looking at me like, why are you here? You graduated 2 years ago. But for some reason, I'm still a senior again, and I'm going through the whole senior process of being in school, but I have already graduated, but nobody knows that I had graduated. The only person that knows it is me.
We need to do this again and have one of those dream experts on the show to tell us what all this means.
Like an interpreter. Yes.
Chad says, I still have this embarrassing dream that I'm performing Vanilla Ice to my cousin's hot babysitter wearing basketball shorts and a puffy starter jacket. It was a dream, right? Chad, you got to stop telling these stories about things we did growing up.
It's hilarious.
But Jennifer Little was a hot babysitter. She's married now. I don't know her last name.
What if she's listening to the show
her
right
married
this
name.
very second?
Yeah, friend of the family. But yeah, we did Vanilla Ice. Didn't we did New Kids on the Block, I want to say, as well. So yeah. All right. Well, he's got a real one now. I feel like something evil has me tied to the bed. I cannot move. I scream out. No one helps. I feel as if I'm awake. It's a dream. I wake up, but still in the dream. That is creepy too.
Yeah. Oh wow!
When you're in a dream and you think you've woken up, and then you're still in it. I hate that feeling.
Jeez.
Bryce, you have anything to add to the discussion?
As far as some weird dreams, I've had a dream about where my teeth fell out, and that was really odd.
Yeah.
Because I just, I've been getting been doing the whole Invisalign treatment stuff, and so for me to have a dream that my teeth were falling out were quite weird. But Anne said, that means something. And unfortunately, she said, she looked it up, and supposedly it means you're going to have a significant loss.
Oh, God.
And I don't know when and what form or whatever. She didn't say how soon, but that's what it meant. I was like, okay, well, that's terrible.
You know what? I want a second opinion on that, Bryce. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, hopefully she Googled it.
I have dreams.
The 12 interpretations for dreams about your teeth falling out.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the bottom of this, Bryce.
Yeah, I got to find the truth.
Personal loss is one of the most common interpretations.
We don't like that one.
It can be related to the death of a loved one or the loss of a marriage/partnership,
That's what Anna said.
loss of a job, or losing a home.
Wait, is Anna leaving you?
I don't know.
I haven't even gotten married yet.
Not yet. We're real quick.
Shirley, move on to a happier one.
Religion, stress, anxiety, major changes coming your way.
There it is.
Good changes.
You're getting married. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good changes.
Probably new house, whatever.
Hopefully that'd be yeah.
Here's another one. Dreams about teeth falling out may not be necessarily attributed to your teeth. It's also possible to dream about others who are missing teeth. Possible scenarios include children losing baby teeth, or perhaps accidents in adults who get their teeth broken.
I think we figured it out. He's got big life changes.
He's got major changes coming your way.
Your baby teeth are gone. You're a grown man now. You're doing man things.
Yeah.
Some of the weirdest dreams I've had is having interactions like hugging, shaking hands with relatives that are
handshakes, hugs.
Yeah. All right, riffraff.
Yeah.
But with relatives that are no longer here.
Oh yeah, I've had. Has that guy ever showed up in your dream? I have had several conversations with my uncle and my grandfather.
I had one with my grandma.
And I wake up and I'm like, man, I hate that was a dream, but it still feels like I was able to talk to him. So it's kind of a weird.
I've had
not
that
a bad feeling, really.
I've had. It's kind of like a dream, but not a dream. My grandmother passed away when I was very young. I was like maybe second grade. And so I didn't really have that much of a relationship with her. I don't remember much of her because she was very sick for a long time. And I remember as an adult, one night I was asleep, and I very distinctly remember my grandmother yelling in my ear to get up, like get up out of bed. And the funny thing is that for whatever reason, I instantly woke up and I instantly knew it was my grandmother, even though I don't remember ever hearing her voice. Like I don't.
That is strange.
So that's one of the weird, dreams. I don't even know if you count that as a dream.
And how much of a sports nerd am I? I have dreams during the off season that it's opening day of either East Carolina or like Washington football, and I'm either at the game or I'm watching it, and I'm so excited because it's a awesome time of the year, and then I wake up and it's like June the 5th. And I'm like, oh, man, what a bummer that is.
I don't think I've ever had a sports dream.
Oh, I've had a lot of those.
I've had championship dreams.
I've had a lot where I'm playing, too, like basketball and stuff. And I'm on a team. But anyway, all right. Anything else, Bryce?
One that I seem to have a lot is, like, in some form, I don't remember usually, but it's like I'm, like, fighting zombies or shooting zombies or running from or someone's possessed. Or I'm shooting someone that's possessed, but yet like my gun won't work. I don't know. You can never.
Nothing works.
One moment, please.
Yeah.
1 moment, please.
Oh no! Don't look it up, Shirley. We don't want to know what that means.
Zombies. Oh god.
Bryce is running from personal demons in his life.
Yeah.
From bills, from headaches.
Yeah.
Adult.
Getting married.
The altar.
It says one of the possibles is you feel disconnected from someone.
Oh.
Yeah.
From zombie. Oh, goodness.
From a zombie.
Is there a zombie in your life?
Oh, okay. Here we go. Meanings of some dreams about zombies. If you're killing a zombie, it means defeating enemies and new opportunity. Opportunity. Eating a zombie means an attachment with the past.
Oh, wow.
A zombie.
Eating a zombie? Hey, nobody's eating zombies.
You said fighting.
Okay.
A zombie apocalypse could mean a new beginning. If you run across animal zombies, it could mean jealousy and that you need to update your business tactics.
Wow.
If an ex becomes a zombie in your dream, it means happiness, freedom.
Didn't see that coming.
And you're possibly stuck. I don't know why that has nothing to do with the first two.
I'm not a violent person, but I have done some damage in my dreams, like self-defense. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like you can do some damage if it does work, kind of, or if you have something nearby. All right. Well, that was disturbing and
eventful.
Hopefully,
you learn something new every day on this show. Folks.
Hopefully, we got you in touch with your nightmares and
your inner zombie.
All right, let's open up the Pirate Radio live line.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Shirley, what are we giving away today?
We are going to give away, hold on, let me get my sheet so I can discuss this properly, a $15 gift card courtesy of Wings over Greenville.
Awesome. Oh, baby. The tender sandwiches, got to get them.
Got to get them.
Great time.
They're good.
To get this and enjoy some March Madness and whatever else you are enjoying in your life. Some Wings over Greenville. All right, what caller are we looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 12 today.
All right, caller 12, 317-1250. We're back with more. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors when we return after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
Domino's new warm oven-baked dips and twist combos are making a lot of noise in the pizza world.
Holy cow.
That's good. There's cheesy marinara with dippable bread twist.
So cheesy. So tomatoey.
Sweet and cinnamony baked apple dip.
Now that is sweet.
And melty 5-cheese dip.
Hold up. 5 cheeses?
Try our new oven-baked dips and twist combos or any 3-topping pizza for $7.99 each when you carry out from Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Life insurance is one of those subjects that make people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house insurance or life without having to give up the college insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer here in Greenville today at 493-0002 and put the life back in life insurance.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Now that life is returning to normal, we have found a lot of good things that came from the pandemic. One of them is not having to go to the wireless store anymore. The Cellular Warehouse team has been in the business of delivering phones to your home and office for 20 years. People found out about our free delivery service and love the ease of getting a new phone, tablet, or hotspot. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 so you can start experiencing the joy of never going to a wireless store again. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Wayne Baker of Chocowinity. Picked up a $15 gift card to Wings Over Greenville. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home this March Madness season, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Big news of the day in the NFL world. Tyreek Hill is now a Miami Dolphin. And CBS Sports just had I listened to Jamie Eisenberg and his podcast, Fantasy Football Podcast, the top 12 fantasy receivers. And they had Tyreek Hill listed at number 4 before the trade. And they had Jalen Waddle listed at 12. So, really, it's going to come down to two. I mean, do they have the quarterback to take advantage of these awesome weapons? Mm-hmm. They have the coach. I love this guy, Mike McDaniel.
And he's going to have the protection, too. So, he's not going to have, people are not going to have that excuse of having no protection. So
39 years old, Bryce. Mike McDaniel comes over from the 49ers.
Their offensive coordinator?
Yeah, the OC. And so, he is on the fast track. Takes over the Dolphins, and I bet they're going to be running some cool stuff with those weapons they got over there. All right, before we get into what you've done this week, Redbeard had a question. How many minor league animals, mascots, have you hunted or caught in your life? So Downey's wood ducks, you have you hunt those, right? You shoot those ducks.
Shot, hunted.
Carolina mudcats.
Caught those.
Caught a catfish. Fayetteville woodpeckers. Now, they're not.
I'm sure when I was a little kid, I probably shot a BB gun at them.
But you don't have any woodpeckers on the wall. They're tiny, right?
The woodpeckers actually stand pretty tall.
What am I thinking of?
Red-chested or red-headed woodpeckers. They're they're probably the size of a water bottle.
Okay, I'm thinking of a completely different, maybe a hummingbird is what I was thinking of. Sorry.
Those are tiny.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Durham bulls.
I've been around bulls.
You never shot one?
No.
Okay. All right. Good to know. How about grasshoppers? You ever done any grasshopper catching?
I've caught some grasshoppers in my younger days. And
now, you use crickets as bait, or that has been used, right?
Oh, yeah.
But grasshoppers are not.
Yeah, you could use grasshoppers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I've used them.
Hickory crawdads.
I've ate crawdad before.
Have you caught them before?
I've caught them I made like a 2-liter crawdad trap. You cut the top of it off, right here, and then flip it around and fasten it and put bait in there. And
where do you put it? Where do they?
Just like creeks and stuff. Yep.
All right, good deal. Let's see if we have any more.
Swell marksman's a fought.
The Greensboro Swarm Have you ever caught any bees or hornets or
hornets?
What is the what's the worst stinging bug, Bryce? You've got your bee, you've got your your yellow jacket, you've got your wasp.
Then you got like the African hornet or something. It's insane. I mean, them
now are they around here?
I think so. African hornet, I think is what it is.
The big man, they are giant. Yeah. So you don't want to see them.
I'm sure I've seen something real familiar to that.
What's the I guess predator? How about Carolina cobras? Okay, you ever how many snakes have you killed in your day?
Honestly, not too many. I tend to leave them alone. But I haven't come across really that many like big black snakes.
I'm a wuss, Bryce. I was cutting grass and weed eating at my dad's barns one time, and you're weed eating. I don't know if I had any music going or not, but it's loud and you're kind of losing focus on your surroundings. Sometimes you're just going along, and came up on this big snake, and instead of like finding something to kill it with or just moving on to another area, I quit for the day. Said, "Dad, I'm done for the day. I'll finish up tomorrow. It'll probably be gone tomorrow. I'm good for today."
Yeah, like the black snakes I'm not too worried about. But when you come across like a copperhead and stuff or cottonmouth, that gives you a little heebie-jeebies there.
You ever been in the water, seen one swimming? Because that would freak me out.
Like water snakes and stuff, but never anything like poisonous.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
The Wilmington Sharks are apparently a team. Have you had any shark encounters out in the deep waters?
Yeah, I've come. We're out fishing and we've had at least like a 9-foot tiger shark swim right by the boat, and that was eerie. I was like, oh my god, it like looked fake.
Yeah,
because I've never really seen them like that, and God, that was weird. I mean, that son of a gun was as wide as this table. And like 9 feet long. It was crazy.
That's not into that. The owls, Forest City owls, Statesville owls. You ever come across an owl? Are they out during the day?
A buddy of mine, we were catfishing one night, and we were sitting on the dock, and there was an owl staring at us. My buddy's like, I can get this thing out of here. And
is it making noises, or is it just
kind of there? My buddy just wanted to mess with it. I won't give any names, but he took his rod and went like, get out of here, and hooked the owl. And he's sitting there, and he let the line out. That owl was flying around
with the line on it? Oh my goodness!
And I think it's like we kind of like snapped it or cut the line or something, but the owl flew away. He was fine.
You caught an owl. That's pretty impressive. Salamanders. You ever had anything in the amphibian family there?
Yeah, like in the creeks and stuff, come across salamanders. Those are pretty neat little boogers.
All right. I think that's all we got right here. So there's Bryce's history. Are there any, as you are trying to hunt or catch an animal, are there any other animals that interfere with that either make you nervous or a pest? You know what I'm saying? Like that owl, for example. You wanted that owl out of here. What other animals can get in the way of your hunting?
Well, hunting is not too bad because you can control pretty much what you shoot. Now, as far as you trap, you set traps and you can come across a possum, a coon, a fox, coyote, whatever. They kind of all go to that sort of same bait. So I've caught different things like that. Fishing's the real aggravating thing because you have no idea.
You want to catch one thing.
You want to catch one thing and catch another one. And I won't say the term we call them on the water out at the beach. But they're a hideous fish, and I guess simpler terms, you can call them lizard fish. And they hit good. Oh man, I got something, and then they come up and they're just nasty looking daggum. Is
that what you're talking about?
That's lizard fish, North Carolina, not that one, but and they fight good. But like, my gosh, I don't want to catch this thing, and they are just hideous and a pain in the butt to catch, and then you got toadfish who are hideous.
So they just get in the way of what you want.
And then sometimes it's like that's the only thing you're catching. Like once that's the case, you're like, all right, we gotta move spots. And but it's really fishing that's aggravating. Or if you're king fishing, you have your your pokey out there and live bait, and then you'll get into the sharks, and it's just like golly, because at first you think you got something like a king, and oh heck yeah, and then you see it's a shark, you're like golly. That's when you wish you had like a 22 on board and just bye bye.
Real John Moody says, has Bryce heard any turkeys gobbling yet? Haven't heard any in Edgecombe County, but they are strutting.
Yeah, none yet. I'll definitely be ready to get going on it. Hopefully we can get on one. I haven't shot one in forever. I've seen them, but just can't get on. They're elusive birds, so it's actually coming soon. I think it's in like 3 weeks, maybe.
All right.
So I'll be ready for them though.
And I've kind of been stalling because I didn't know if I wanted you to tell this story about you on the boat. But Bryce is a great fisherman. He's also a good multitasker.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to set this story up. I'll just let you tell it. You got 1 minute.
Sunday. I didn't catch anything. It was quick. The conditions weren't that good. But I said, man, it's the morning. Like, man, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Thankfully, my buddy had a bucket. And I'm like, well, okay. So I'm sitting on a bucket and I said, man, I hope you catch one. That'd be really funny if I got a net of fish while I'm doing my business. Sure enough, he hooks one. And of course, he needed, my buddy needed my help. And even when I was vulnerable, but I was in arm's reach of the net.
So you're sitting on the bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of towards the edge of the boat.
You're just down in the gunnel, yeah.
Grab the net.
And then he net the fish for him. Well, I took a video. If I showed you, it's not, I guess, the verb.
Chandler, you want to see the video?
You don't see nothing. It was on my white leg. But,
is that what you were laughing at so horrible?
Yes.
Yeah. And,
you got to see the video.
And sure enough, because I was actually, and on the video, you can hear Jake. I'm FaceTiming Jake on my buddy's phone. And Jake was like, no way, dude. Set the phone down. Let me take a video of it. So Jake's in there talking in the background on the FaceTime. And I've got my phone videoing it. And sure enough, scoop the fish out.
That was a very productive use of the bathroom there.
Oh, yeah.
You got a fish and did your job.
And not that many times do you get to see that kind of scenery when you're taking care of business.
It's true. Beautiful. You're beautiful.
It was. Neighboring boats, you just wave to them.
Good stuff. Bryce, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good.
Shirley, Chandler, we'll see you 3 o'clock on Thursday for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Welcome to the Pirate Radio Podcast, featuring special guests discussing a wide range of topics and personal stories. Now live from the Pirate Radio studio, here's Shirley Rhodes.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pirate Radio Podcast featuring the ECU Players Lounge Edition. On today's podcast, we will talk to ECU baseball players CJ Mayhew, Zach Agnos, Bryson Worrell, and Ryder Giles to recap the weekend series at the College of Charleston and look ahead to this week's baseball matchups. Sit back and relax. Today's Pirate Radio Podcast starts right now.
CJ Mayhew joining us. CJ, that's awesome to hear the former Pirates getting some action in the pros, spring training going on, and Burley going to be a part of it.
Nah, that's crazy. Actually, Coach Godwin